Good morning. Good morning. I'm so sorry, y'all. It's not. Wait, is it morning for y'all or me? No. Good afternoon, y'all. Welcome to Saturday's live stream. I'm gonna see who can join today. Do not mind me. I am feeding my puppy Mimi right now. She is so spoiled, y'all. She likes to get hand fed here sometimes. I don't know why. She doesn't want to eat her food regularly anymore now. She wants me to feed her sometimes. Especially when she doesn't want to eat the food that I have for her. But y'all know how it goes with puppies. Hey there, Art Girl. How are you, sis? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Here. I have Mimi. Mimi and I are here today because she wants to get hand fed like she's royalty. I feel like most of the time, I mean, she is a royal dog. I mean, ain't that their history? But most of the time, I feel like she's the parent and I'm the child. Here you go. I hope your Saturday is going well, sis. I'm gonna see who else can join. I had to join a little earlier today because I want to take Mimi to some, there's this opening of a pet store. We got a pet store right around the corner from us, so they have this kind of fun Saturday event with face painting and free dog wash and prizes and all that stuff. Hold on, y'all. Wait a second. Hey, over here now. Here. Over there. Yeah, so anyways, like I was saying, yeah, she needs to socialize more. I realize that I need to get her into training classes. I thought I could do it by myself, but it's really hard with my schedule. And then also Dom's working overtime these days, so there's that. But anyway, if y'all hear her barking during the stream, I'm so sorry. I will try to correct it as much as I can, but we gonna take her to obedience school soon because she tripping. Yep, dogs are just like babies. Yeah, puppies are just like babies. It's not easy. I know, right, sis? It's not at all. Oh boy. And the thing is, at least babies, they end up understanding things a little bit more because they're human, right? So eventually they'll grow up. But dogs, they will forever be not like this exactly, but they're always gonna be dependent on you. So there's that. And she reactive barks. I've been going through the puppy blues. I ain't gonna lie. Look at this. This is me right now. I thought it would get better over time, but it's regression. Regression galore. Mimi is a teenager now, and she's doing all the teenage things. And it's just she doesn't listen all the time. She's selective. One day I'll get the best, sweetest puppy. The next day, she does not listen to me. She wants to do whatever she wants to do. She thinks she's the head honcho of this house. And she got to remember, I'm the head honcho. Well, it's co-shared. But I'm the head honcho of this whole operation. I am the leader of the pack. But lately, I've just been man, I'm tired. You got to go 9 to 5. Then I'm doing, which I love, doing YouTube. And that's one of the reasons I had to get rid of the membership too. It's because it's just taking up too much time. And she's a lot, y'all. She's a handful. And I work remotely, so I'm with her all the time. And the other day, I finally got a break when she went to daycare. I was so happy. But I think we're gonna put her into daycare more often. The problem is that daycare is it's not far, but it's not close to where I'm at. So it's just a lot, y'all. I'm just venting right now. But yeah, raising a puppy is really difficult. I love it in the fact that I can't imagine life without her, but at the same time, mama needs breaks. Yesterday, I went to the grocery store on purpose just to get away from her and her daddy. Both of them. It's I was wherever I am, there you are. It's I don't get no more privacy. I go to the bathroom, she's right there. I go anywhere. If I get her right now and I try to go and she's going to follow me and come, and I get it, she's still a puppy. But sometimes I'm can I just breathe? You all up in my neck. Let me breathe. Let the sister breathe. Only time I get a break is when her dad comes. But then even then, it's still, Mom, can you help with this, Mom? I'm anyways. It'll get better. That our girl, you said, was planning to get a dog myself, but I'll need a lot of energy and patience. Yes, patience and energy. You need a lot of it. A lot of it. Not only do you need patience and energy, but you also gotta give yourself some rest too, right? So it's a lot. It's a lot handed. I don't know how people do it. Because I'm working remotely, so at least I get to spend time with her. But I know it must be hard for dog parents who don't work remotely. I can only imagine how hard it is. And imagine you come home and you really have to dedicate that time to your puppy, but then you just came from work. Like, you're tired. Your brain is probably like, bruh. So that now I see why people take their puppies to puppy daycare and have all these dog walkers. I'm about to get a dog walker soon. For the days that she can't go to daycare, I'm gonna go get a dog walker, because daycare is a bit pricey. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. It's a bit pricey. It's like $40 a day. I'm like, oh Lord. It's like, no, 30 maybe plus tax. I think it comes up to like 40 a day. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, you can't do that all the time. That's a bill. That's daycare right there, right? Everything is always so expensive. So anyways, yeah. You said she is a Gen Alpha, right? I done got me a Gen Alpha, and she's born on my mama's birthday, man. She's a Libra, y'all. That's why I be tagging Libras. Her and my mom were born on the same day. And she acts just like my mom. I'm not lying. Like, my mom's picky as hell with food. She's picky as hell. I should show y'all. Look at this. There's nothing wrong with what I gave her here. She got turkey meat, and she has a kibble. I even made it smell good, but if she doesn't want it, she don't want it. She only wants what I eat most of the time. Or if it's like dog food that she likes, like she's a snack girl. She's like her mama. She just wants crunchy stuff. And then she wants to eat my chicken. I'm tired of her eating my damn chicken. Red flag. This is too much. Always trying to get up in my food, man. And I'm like, eat your food. And then she'll go, like, let me tell y'all what she does. She'll walk, and then she like goes like this. And then she looks at me, and then she turns. Yeah. And then I'm like, there's nothing wrong with the food. Even I be smelling the food. I'm like, did I feed her rotten food or something? Oh, and she only wants food that's like, she doesn't even eat dog food like that no more. Like, she stopped. She's like, ever since we introduced her to beef, that was my bad. I shouldn't have done that. She's only human food only. She's like, look, I can't do the dog stuff. Like, I'm not part of that cohort. So I was like, all right, good. No problem. So I got her dog food that looks like human food. So like chicken, and they make it like, the raw food and stuff like that. And they kind of cook it looking like chicken. Like, I could even show y'all. It's fresh food. She will eat it, but only if it's fresh. So it can't be refrigerated for more than a day or two, or she's not going to touch it. That's what I'm coming up with now. So I'm like, Mimi is really Haitian, y'all, because in the Caribbean culture, a lot of people like to eat hot food. I know that's not just Caribbean culture. I know it happens in Latin America, African culture. But it's like, that's why the mamas used to be on the stove all day and cooking meals. They don't like leftovers. So they're going to eat hot food. That's what she likes. She likes it fresh off the stove, fresh off the presses. I don't have time for that. So sometimes I have to fake like I'm cooking something, but it's really leftovers, and I'm just heating it up. She doesn't like microwave stuff. She wants it on the... Anyways. Oh, Lord, I don't know how I ended up with a spoiled puppy, but hell, maybe I made her spoiled. I do spoil her a bit. She got a lot of snacks, y'all. Anyways, Devonda, hey sis, how are you? You said, hey Romy, we have some great topics to discuss. How has everyone big hi chat and hi Discord peeps? Yes, we do. I was waiting for people to join. How many minutes? 8 minutes. That's good enough. All right, we'll wait 2 more minutes and then let everybody join. And let some people join, because I'm going to be ripping and running. I got to be out of here by 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock my time. So it's 12:30 my time. So I still got a few hours. Yeah, 4 o'clock my time. I got to mosey on over to the pet store, get her. I'm going to sign her up for training. And I'm going to try to see if she can socialize well with other dogs. Well, she does. She does pretty well with other dogs. She doesn't like kids, though. I don't know what's going on with her and children. I have to buy her a new collar, too. So I got a lot of training to do. Mary, how are you, sis? Welcome. Glad to see you. All right, y'all. So, yeah, we got a lot of topics. Let's go over what we're going to talk about. I put it in the thumbnail, and then I also put it on the title. But there's a lot going on in the world, man. I mean, this whole week, this whole week, I was like, oh, by the way, just let me know if this background noise is too loud. It's kind of like just white noise, because if not, she's gonna just keep barking every time she hears noise outside in the hallway and outside there, outside of our window. But yeah, so hantavirus. Oh my God. Okay, let's start with hantavirus, y'all. We gonna start with that. We gonna just jump right into it because I don't have much time, and I also want to discuss other topics tomorrow. There's a lot I want to discuss as well tomorrow. We are just always got a lot to talk about. It's just always a lot going on. Let's get to it, y'all, because oh Lord, this hantavirus is sorry. Before I continue, I want to just give you guys an update on the case study. So for Jay-Z and Beyonce case study video, which part was I on? Whatever part is next. I don't remember. It's coming out very, very soon. I'm literally like, hold on. Let me check how many minutes I edited. I'm up to 21 minutes. So tonight I'm going to finish editing. Like, that's my word for real, because this part is not going to be too long. Well, it's pretty long. I mean, it's pretty long, but it's not going to be too much. Like, I don't have to manipulate the footage a lot, like with the other ones, because the other ones I had to manipulate a lot of footage because YouTube is very strict about that. So that's why it takes me a while to finish the Jay-Z parts. And also I'm doing the case study with Diana in Korea. So that also takes up a lot of time, but I'm almost done. Diana in Korea, I think we got probably three more parts, and I filmed like 80, I would say 85% of it. I still have a little bit more to film because these people post every damn week, but eventually I got to catch up to it. And I'll be done with Diana in Korea this month, and then at least I'll finish the Jay-Z case study. My hope is to finish it by June. Oh Lord, yo. That one is an ongoing one. And when I'm done with the members only case study, I'm going to introduce another case study at the same time with the Jay-Z and Beyonce, because I know some people don't really care for Jay-Z and Beyonce. So I will do it concurrently with another case study. I think I'm going to start the Brandy one in June as well, because I really want to do a Brandy case study. But just giving y'all the update right now. So I haven't closed the members only yet, and I still haven't found the home for the videos that will be transitioning over to another platform. I know that Rumble, Rumble was not, I'm still feeling icky about Rumble. I was thinking about Patreon, but again, I don't want to charge for it. So I got to find a way to make people join without having to pay, or maybe the Discord. I'm going to try to see if I could like buy storage and just keep stuff on Discord, like through the cloud, because I do have terabytes through my Apple, but I don't know. I got to figure that out, y'all. I got to figure that out. I got a lot of terabytes. I just got to figure out where I'm going to store all of the videos and content, because it's a lot to store, right, with iClouds and stuff. Anyways, I'll figure it out by the end of the month. Excuse me, and then I will update y'all. All right, y'all. Let's get to the hantavirus. Letitia, how are you, sis? Wait, Letitia was already here, I think. Oh, Letitia. Oh, my God. I haven't seen you in so long. How are you? I didn't even notice you were in the chat. Hey. It's been a while. That's my friend for real in real life, y'all. Well, I mean, y'all are my friends, too, in the virtual world, but she's my friend in real life. I haven't seen her in a minute. Hope everything's going well with you. And she has a travel channel, y'all. Hold on. Let me go shout out her channel real quick. I shouted it out before, but I'm gonna shout it out again. Y'all go follow her. Saranatei. I hope I spelled it right. No, I didn't. Hold on. Wait, what's your YouTube channel again? Hold on. I know I'm subscribed to it because I subscribe to it. So let me go find it. Saranatei. Yeah, here we go. Saranatei Travel, y'all. Y'all go holla at her. She's a flight attendant, and she travels around and does a lot of really great trips, y'all. So y'all go follow her. Give her a follow. And she was also in one of my vlogs a while back. So y'all hit it up. Oh, wait. Hold on. Let me do it again. Sorry. I'm going to put the link in the... Let me post it in the chat. Saranatei Travel. I hope I get it right. Hold on a second. This is what happens when I have too many tabs open. Red flag to me. Hold on a second. here's her channel, and then I'm gonna add it to the description of this video because I know I am going to forget. So let's copy the link. Y'all could go give her a follow, and I'm gonna put her channel in my YouTube post. Yeah, so let's put it here. Sorry y'all, I'm just gonna get into this. I know I know some people are probably like, why don't you do it after the live? It's because I'm gonna forget. Go follow her channel, y'all. Saranatei Travels. There we go. All right, here go the link. Y'all can go and follow her. But yeah, welcome to the chat. Welcome. All right, Hanta virus. Let's start. Oh boy. Oh. I don't even know what to say. Okay, let's start from the beginning. So, from my understanding, and this is what I have understood so far because it's developing as we speak. There was a cruise ship that had passengers who were infected with the virus. Now, hantavirus, what is it? It's a virus that can be transmitted by rat feces, okay? Or feces? Feces. So rats, I think the poo has to be contaminated, and then if you get in contact with it, then boom, you get it, right? It is very difficult for it to be transmitted via humans, allegedly. That's what they told us, right? And they literally said the same thing for COVID, y'all. Verbatim. I remember when COVID first broke out. Do you want to know who reported on it first? It was Lovely T. Now, Lovely T, I know she would have talked about it by now, but she's sick. I wish her the best in her journey to recovery. So she was the one I remember in 2019. I was in my dorm and I was, watching YouTube videos. And she sounded the alarm on this virus that was there was an outbreak in Wuhan, China. And they said, oh, no, it's okay. It's transmitted by bats. It's not going to be too hard. They were going to just keep everyone secluded or isolated. And then it was nothing to worry about for us, right? Y'all already know what ended up happening. By March of 2020, borders were shut down. So now we have a similar situation happening on a cruise ship this time. And it was patient 0 passed away. It's an elderly man. I believe he was 70 something years old. And then his wife had left the cruise ship and she was also infected. That's what I remember. That's what I heard. Okay, this is just news stories that I've heard. And then there were other people who were in contact with these folks. But then the thing is that people are trying to figure out how they might have contracted it. And then also if it was while they were on a cruise ship or prior. So the issue is that they did not find any rats on the cruise ship. So they're trying to figure out how the hell these people got the virus. Red flag. And I'm about to show y'all how that happened. That's my theory. I'm going to tell y'all why. Unhygienic folks and stuff like that. We're going to get to that. So now, fast forward to when the world found out about it, or World Health Organization, they found out about it I think about a week ago or so. Mind you, these people were infected 3 weeks prior. So this was at the beginning of April. It is now May. So I don't know, to be quite honest with you, if this is something that we should be concerned about, but wherever there's smoke, there's fire. And I don't believe nothing about what these people are talking about. So let's watch some videos, and then I will give you my opinion on what we should be doing, because this is like COVID 2.0, and I'm not going to get caught slipping this time. So let's watch what this sis had to say from the World Health Organization. And this was published on CBC News. That's a Canadian news station.
Coronavirus. This is a very different virus. We know this virus. Hantaviruses have been around for quite a while, but I want to be unequivocal here. This is not SARS-CoV-2. This is not the start of a COVID pandemic. This is an outbreak that we see on a ship. There's a confined area. We have 5 confirmed cases so far. We completely understand why these questions are coming, and we are trying to provide all of the information that we can. That's why we're having a press conference here to give accurate information, and we're grateful for all of those out there who are asking these types of questions. But this is not the same situation we were in 6 years ago. It doesn't spread the same way like coronaviruses do. It's very different. It's that close, intimate contact that we've seen. And most hantaviruses don't transmit between people at all. Most hantaviruses are transmitted from rodents or their feces or their saliva, or droppings to people. And only this one particular virus, the Andes virus, which has been identified here, we've seen some human-human transmission. And again, I want to reiterate, the actions that are being taken on board are precautionary to prevent any onward spread. And so there's a lot that is being done right now to be able to try to minimize the risk.
We don't trust you. We don't trust you, ma'am. Red flag. Okay, first, I'm sorry. I'm not even going to I'll let her finish, but let's go. Sorry. Oh, my bad, y'all. Whoa.
Look at the light.
Whoa.
Look at the light.
Oh, boy. How did we even get here? Hold on. Oh, no. Okay, you know what? This is why I hate TikTok. Give me a second, y'all. Well, I have it saved here. So let me go over what she said. She said that it is rare for it to be transmitted by humans. And then she also said that it's not like the SARS virus, and it's not like the COVID virus or SARS strain, because COVID, I don't know. I'm not a person who studies diseases. The whatever their name is. So now,
this is not.
The problem, though, is that they said the same thing about COVID. Let me see if I could find videos of when they announced the COVID outbreak. I really want to do a comparison because they said the same thing about COVID, y'all. The North remembers. I remember they were like, it's not something that we should be concerned about, and that it's been contained, and that, They said the same exact thing. So that's what we're going to do, our detective work, because I didn't have time to do it. We're going to try to find comparison videos from the past of when the World Health Organization, they first found out about the coronavirus. Okay.
Coronavirus. This is a very different virus. We know this virus. Hantaviruses have been around for quite a while, but I want to be unequivocal here. This is not SARS-CoV-2. This is not the start of a COVID pandemic. This is an outbreak that we see on a ship. There's a confined area. We have 5 confirmed cases so far. We completely understand why these questions are coming, and we are trying to provide all of the information that we can. That's why we're having a press conference here to give accurate information, and we're grateful for all of those out there who are asking these types of questions. But this is not the same situation we were in 6 years ago. It doesn't spread the same way like coronaviruses do. It's very different. It's that close, intimate contact that we've seen. And most hantaviruses don't transmit between people at all. Most hantaviruses are transmitted from rodents or their feces or their saliva, or droppings to people. And only this one particular virus, the Andes virus, which has been identified here, we've seen some human-human transmission. And again, I want to reiterate, the actions that are being taken on board are precautionary to prevent any onward spread. And so there's a lot that is being done right now to be able to try to minimize the risk even further.
What makes unique here is similarity crowded in a confined space. We had a similar situation in Argentina in 2018-2019 when a symptomatic individual attended a social gathering. So that led to a lot of people getting infected. We are in a similar situation right now, a cluster in a confined space with close contact. Does that mean the rest of the world, this disease will spread? We had that outbreak in 2018 and it led only 34 cases.
But why are not mentioning COVID? 2019, Wuhan, China. Did you guys not remember that? Red flag. They lying to us. Hold up. I'm tired of these people lying. Hold on. Let me tell you why. You know what? We're going to put a new tab to the right. I don't have time for these liars. Let's find this one, the first case in America. I'm trying to find the World Health Organization, not when they announced the pandemic, but prior to that. That's what I'm trying to look for. But let's watch this one because maybe they have some information here.
Deadly coronavirus officially hitting the U.S. Here's what we know. A Washington state resident fell ill after returning from Wuhan, China, where the outbreak began. Officials now say more than 400 people have been sickened and 9 people have died. The World Health Organization is holding an emergency meeting right now. Kena Whitworth is in Seattle, has the latest for us. Good morning, Kena.
Hey, Robin, good morning. So that patient is a man in his 30s. He is in the hospital here behind me. Now, officials are describing his condition as satisfactory, but he will remain in isolation for at least the next couple of days. They will continue to monitor him as well as the healthcare providers and patients he came into contact with after testing positive for the coronavirus. The first case of the deadly Chinese coronavirus making its way to the U.S. A Washington state man testing positive for the deadly virus. According to the CDC, the man in his 30s flew home to Seattle last Wednesday, infected, but not yet symptomatic. According to officials, shortly after arriving in Seattle, he began feeling ill and reached out to his healthcare provider on Sunday. 24 hours later, his diagnosis was confirmed by the CDC. The man entering the country before federal health officials began screening travelers from the city of Wuhan, one of the busiest transportation hubs in central China, and where the outbreak began.
This is certainly not a moment for panic or high anxiety. It is a moment for vigilance.
This as some 3 billion trips are expected to be made by Chinese citizens heading home to celebrate the Lunar New Year Spring Festival. A reported 7 million Chinese tourists expected to travel abroad. Chinese officials taking every precaution to contain the virus. Workers outside of the local hospital in biosuits. Officials screening travelers as they enter and leave the airport. Our Bob Woodruff is here, walking through Wuhan Airport, wearing a 3-ply surgical mask to limit his exposure to the virus.
The city is now controlling people going in and out of the city. Then also local tourist groups are being banned from leaving. The government does not want this infection to leave.
Screenings now expanding to 5 U.S. airports, including Chicago and Atlanta. And anyone hoping to enter the U.S. from Wuhan must do so through one of those locations. So right now the CDC is retracing this Washington man's steps. They say he actually did not visit that fish and meat market in Wuhan where they believe this virus originated. And also, Michael, they're really crediting this man for quickly alerting doctors once he became symptomatic.
All right, thank you so much, Kana. And now we're going to bring in Dr. Jennifer Ashton to answer a few questions that we may have. And Doc, there's so many questions about transmission of the virus. We did human to human. Yesterday we talked about that. What more do we know at this point?
Well, again, what we know is that it's spreading. That's not really a surprise. What we don't know is a lot about this virus. We don't know its incubation period. We don't really know the route of transmission. It is a coronavirus, which normally spreads via respiratory droplets, but we don't know the specifics on this new one. We don't know how contagious it is, which means what percentage of people exposed will actually get sick. And we don't know the severity of the illness, how many will go on to develop mild symptoms, things like pneumonia requiring hospitalizations, and we certainly don't know the fatality rate yet.
And at this time, what has been done to protect the public here in the U.S.?
A lot being done, and we have to emphasize, Michael, a lot of this has been prepped and primed by the response of not only the CDC, but the World Health Organization in response to
Oh, by
SARS.
the way, hold on. Didn't they get defunded recently through the whole Doge situation or whatnot? Okay, just mentioning that, because this is American news, y'all.
More quickly, more efficiently. Here in this country, as we heard, flights coming from Wuhan will only be allowed to land at certain airports where this screening can take place. Passengers will then...
So anyways, we already know what ended up happening with COVID. Let me watch this one, y'all. Oh, that's my friend's channel. Shout out to her, but that's not what I wanted to see right now. Hold on a second. Y'all make sure to follow Saranatei Travel. But let me put the other link. Hold on. This link here. Okay. I just want to see what the World Health Organization had to say. I'm going to check your comments very soon.
As the news spreads of China's mystery illness, so too does the unknown virus. The outbreak has been linked to a seafood market in the Chinese city of Wuhan.
To get a sense of how fast the outbreak is moving, look no further than this. A building site in Wuhan that authorities say will be a 1,000-bed facility for coronavirus patients.
Okay, so this was the first 100 days. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for... Why does Jane Fonda keep coming up here? WHO COVID or Corona. Let me put Corona because that's what it was known as before. Virus 2019. Okay, let me put reports or like I want it from 2019. Let's see. I want to see from 2019. Okay, here. This was from Infection Viewpoint. Let me see this one.
Weekend through today. So Tony, before we get started in terms of updating our listeners, can you tell us a little bit about the coronavirus infection viewpoint? You talk about coronavirus and then you talk about SARS and MERS. So why don't you take the people who are listening or watching through what the viewpoint talks about with respect to those two diseases?
Thank you, Howard. Happy to do that. Well, the viewpoint really follows the title of the viewpoint. Coronavirus is not just a common cold. And the reason I made that title is because I wanted the audience, as they read the perspective, to appreciate a few things. First of all, when we think of coronaviruses historically prior to the year 2002, that they were a wide family of viruses that also infected animals. But 4 of the coronaviruses, particularly the beta coronaviruses, account for about 10 to up to 30% of the common cold in any given winter season here in the United States, as well as in places like Europe. However, in 2002, that changed because the coronavirus jumped species from an animal reservoir and infected individuals from China at first, which then over a period of several months exploded into a global pandemic of about 8,000 cases and 774 deaths. And it really was a global pandemic. And
so
what
y'all heard what he said?
Is what we talk.
He said it jumped from animals to humans. What did this sis say? Listen to what she said. Hold up, and what this brother's trying to convince us, but I don't believe him.
They had similar cases from.
Let's go back to what she said.
And we're grateful for all of those out there who are asking these types of questions. But this is not the same situation we were in 6 years ago. It doesn't spread the same way like coronaviruses do. It's very different. It's that close, intimate contact that we've seen. And most hantaviruses don't transmit between people at all. Most hantaviruses are transmitted from rodents or their feces or their saliva in their droppings to people. And
wait, what did Fauci say? Hold up. What did he say? Let's run that back. What did he say about the coronavirus, the origins?
They read the perspective to appreciate a few things. First of all, when we think of coronaviruses historically prior to the year 2002, that they were a wide family of viruses that also infected animals. But 4 of the coronaviruses, particularly the beta coronaviruses, account for about 10 to up to 30% of the common cold in any given winter season here in the United States, as well as in places like Europe. However, in 2002, that changed because the coronavirus jumped species from an animal reservoir and infected individuals from China at first, which then over a period of several months exploded into a global pandemic of about 8,000 cases and 774 deaths. And it really was a global pandemic. And what it exemplified is what we talk about when we say that viruses emerge from animal reservoirs, adapt themselves to human, and can sometimes cause considerable outbreaks. Many times, and I think the H5N1 bird flu and the H7N9 bird flu, you can jump species from an animal to a human, but it is dead end at that first jump, so that a chicken can infect a human, but that human doesn't infect anybody else. So that is going nowhere. That virus did not adapt itself very well to humans. But the first time the coronavirus did that with SARS, they did it very, very well. And the other lesson from that we discussed in the piece, in the viewpoint, was that good public health measures of identification, isolation, and contact tracing was able to put an end to the epidemic in a relatively timely fashion. And then fast forward several years, everything was going along fine. And then in 2012, we had another species jump, again from an animal to a human. Curiously, it was felt that SARS went from a bat to a palm civet to a human, and MERS apparently went from a bat to a camel to a human in the Middle East, hence the name Middle East Respiratory Syndrome. That had about 2,400 cases and approximately 800 deaths. So take a look at those numbers for a second. The mortality of SARS was about 9 to 10%, and the mortality of MERS was about 35, 36%. And again, it was taken care of, even though it still smolders in the Middle East. And then a few years later, yet again, another coronavirus, this time the Wuhan 2009 novel coronavirus, almost certainly jumped species from an animal reservoir to a human in China, infected a number of people, and now we're seeing, interestingly, in an amazing way, right before our eyes, the evolution of what looks like is going to be a serious outbreak. And in China right now, as of this evening's report, there are over 2,900 cases and about 83 to 85 deaths.
This is why education is very important. Thank you for your services, Dr. Anthony Fauci. I know they done mess with you. Oh, that man looks so tired every time he had to go up and talk to the American public, the greater American public. Now, I know if you watch my channel, you have to have some type of sense. You got to be very intelligent to watch these case studies and to listen to me. Shout out to you guys and to Replay Gang. All of you guys are smart and intelligent. But, however, there are a lot of people in our countries, I'll say all of us here, that are not that bright. And they think that this is a hoax. Or they think that this is just fake news. They were dragging that man so bad that he had to retire. Didn't he retire? I believe he retired after this. He's like, I'm done with y'all. I'm not dealing with y'all no more. This man done said what I wanted to know. And that was the evidence I needed. That it jumps and it gets bigger. Viruses get smarter because they adapt. They're just like AI. So just like cancer. Cancer is the same thing. Cancer is so hard. The reason why there's no cure for cancer. 1, greed. We already know that. But 2, it is very hard to get rid of some cancers because they will mimic your cells. They literally mimic your cells and your genetic composition. So then basically, even if that's why sometimes you'll see people, they'll have they will be in remission for many years and then it comes back and it's more aggressive than the first time. Because then it starts to recognize your body. It starts to recognize your cells. It mimics it. But it's not healthy cells. It's all cancerous, right? So it's basically decaying your body from the inside. That's virus. So it's the same thing with a virus. It's going to get smarter and it's going to adapt, just like how they want AI to be. So now, this is from the World Health Organization. I need to know her name. What's her damn name? We're going to find out. I don't know her damn name, but listen.
Why these questions are coming, and we are trying to provide all of the information that we can. That's why we're having a press conference here to give accurate information, and we're grateful for all of those who out there who are asking these types of questions. But this is not the same situation we were in 6 years ago. It doesn't spread the same way, like coronaviruses do. It's very different. It's that close, intimate contact that we've seen. And most hantaviruses don't transmit between people at all. Most hantaviruses are transmitted from rodents or their feces or their saliva, in their droppings.
So, ma'am, have you ever been to New York? Didn't I do a story 2 weeks ago about sis with the rats in her house? Hold up, we need to run that story back. And she's not the only one. I'm just choosing New York because I just know New York to have rats. Y'all, I went to New York one time. I think I still got the picture, y'all. I'm not lying to y'all. There was a rat on the subway station. On the subway tracks. I remember I saw that rat from across the hall, across the way. I was like, oh, Lord, there's a rat here. And not only was the rat big as hell, but it had pizza in its mouth. Red flag. That rat was eating like it was a grown-ass man. Like he just finished a damn 9-to-5 shift. Not only that, Toronto, rats. Where I live, rats. We got rats all through the causeway. And you want to know what else happens where I live? Cruise ships. We're a tourist town. So how can you be so confident to say something like this? This is my problem. It's like, I don't mind that she's trying to make people, like, calm people down, but this is not the way. You got to be honest and say, hey, we don't know it to be, but it may very well be. So y'all need to start getting prepared. Get your toilet paper. Get your stuff in order. But no, they're going to make it seem like, oh, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. You're never going to get it. And maybe this time it won't be anything. But I can guarantee you in the next few years, like he said, it will just evolve. Just like humans. If you check photos from your ancestors from back in the day, we look totally different. 100% different. I promise you, if my great-great-great-great-grandmother came and saw me today, she'd be like, you're part of my... You? We all look different because we've evolved. We evolve. Just like viruses. So, I don't like how she talking right here because they're trying so hard to make it seem like, And that's exactly what happened with COVID. That's why I only listen to the, Mr. Fauci. I don't know how to say his dang on last name. But let's finish listening to this good doctor.
The numbers literally change by the hour. So at any given time, you'll probably have a slightly inaccurate number. It is spread to all 30 provinces in China, and it has gone to more than a dozen countries outside of China, mostly in Asia, but also in France and Germany, and now here in the United States. We have 5 cases, 1 in Seattle, 1 in Chicago, 1 in Arizona, and 2 in California.
So remember, he said we have 5 cases. That was in 2019. 2019 coronavirus outbreak. He published this on January 27 of 2020. By March, everybody was shut down. You know how I remember? Because I was here. I traveled from Korea to here. And I left I think it was like my flight was February 29th. The day I flew back, the next, like literally the same week, they shut the border down in Canada. I have impeccable timing. I don't know what happened. I was like, well, it was right after my birthday too. Pisces season. Now we are in Aries season. We're about to enter another way. Wait, who's next? Aries, Taurus. We're about to enter Taurus season. We're about to enter the earth. Oh, Lord. But anyways, point is that they only had 5 cases in America. Remember, sis is talking like now, today, Hanta virus. How many cases are in America? And there's some cases in Canada, too. That's why I'm bringing that CBC up. Hanta virus, America. Well, I shouldn't say America, USA. U.S. cases. How many? 2. 2 are in Texas of the passengers. CDC says U.S. faces extremely low risk of hantavirus infection updates. That's the same thing they said about COVID, y'all. The U.S. public faces an extremely low risk from hantavirus in the wake of the outbreak of the deadly disease on the MV Honduras cruise ship. The Centers for the CDC, whatever said. Your president, Mr. Orange, didn't he almost get pew-pewed the other day too? Oh my God, it's just a lot. Echoed that sentiment Friday in comments to reporters at the White House saying, it seems to be okay. ... We seem to have things under very good control. You know what else he said is under good control? What's going on in Iran? He said that, yo. I'm just putting it out there. Now, hantavirus Canada, because we're not safe either. Here, risk of hantavirus pandemic very low. Canada's top health officials says. Dr. Joss Reimer acknowledges public concern but says hantavirus doesn't spread as easily as COVID. That's what you know. But Dr. Fauci, he done told us anything can evolve at any time. He just told us that. So they provided more details about the Canadians affected by the Hanta virus outbreak on board a cruise ship in the Atlantic Ocean. Canada's Chief Public Health Officer, Dr. Josh Reimer, acknowledged Canadians might find news of the outbreak, quote-unquote, upsetting in the aftermath of COVID-19, but said the risk of another pandemic is, quote-unquote, low, and hantavirus transmission within Canada is, quote-unquote, not expected. 6 Canadians who were exposed to the virus are asymptomatic but self-isolating at home, Reimer said. 2 were passengers who left the cruise ship in late April, and 4 might have been exposed on 2 separate flights. What about them people on them flights? There are 4 more Canadians still on the MV Honduras, y'all. Canada, oh Lord, we done went through it. This is our time to shine. We have way more. 4 more Canadians still on the MV Honduras, which is planning to dock in Spain's Canary Islands on Sunday. Okay, so this was published 21 hours ago, so this is very up to date. However, I'm trying to find CDC coronavirus low risk. I want to see if the same thing happened in 2019. Let's check. I want to see if I can find anything from 2020. Here. Oh, boom. Risk. Look at this, y'all. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. Can I even click on this article? Risk in U.S. from 2019 nCoV remains low, CDC said. They published it on January 30th of 2020. Red flag, liars. 2 months later, everybody was shut down. What y'all talking about here? Oh boy, here we go. They said the same thing, y'all. I cannot log into register, so sorry. Whoever wrote it. Hold on, I gotta spread this out. Hold up. Let's make this wider. Let me see if I can make this wider. I gotta make this wider, y'all. Hopefully you guys can see it. 2020! A total of 165 persons in the United States are under investigation for infection with the 2019 novel coronavirus, 2019 nCoV, with 68 testing negative and only 5 confirming positive, according to data presented January 29 during a Centers for Disease Control and Prevention briefing. So at that time, by the time we found out, there were 7,783 cases worldwide, 170 unalivings, and 5 U.S. cases, only 5, and 165 U.S. persons under investigation. The remaining samples are in transit or being processed at the CDC for testing. Nancy Maisonier, MD, director of the National Center for Immunization and Respiratory Diseases, said during the briefing, listen, I remember things. That's one thing people can't forget. Whenever I'm known as the transcriber. I may not remember what I did yesterday, but I'm sure gonna remember what I saw on TV and what I heard in meetings. I don't know. For some reason, I have impeccable skills of remembering what people said. That's why my case studies are the way they are, and that's why I remember a whole bunch of stuff, because I don't know. For some reason, my memory is very sharp with that. But then ask me what I ate yesterday, I'm gonna be like, I don't know, I don't remember. What did you do yesterday? I don't remember. But if you ask me, what did this person say? Oh, I remember what they said. I remember what you said 20 years ago. You called me a loser when we was out here at 10 o'clock yeah, I remember. The North remembers. The genetic sequence for all 5 viruses detected in the U.S. to date has been uploaded to the CDC website. We are working quickly through the process to get the CDC developed tests into the hands of public health partners in the U.S. and internationally. Okay, we're going to read through this. I want to see the low effort thing, low risk. That's what I'm trying to see. Here, hold up. All 195 patients are without the symptoms of the novel coronavirus, and all have been assigned living quarters at the Air Force Base, Dr. Maisonier said. So then I understand that many people in the U.S. Hold on, we're going to highlight this, y'all. This is a quote. I understand that many people in the U.S. are worried about this virus and whether it will affect them, Dr. Maisonier said. Outbreaks like this are always concerning, particularly when a new virus is emerging. But we are well prepared and working closely with federal, state, and local partners to protect our communities and others nationwide from this public health threat. At this time, We continue to believe that the immediate health risk from this new virus to the general American public is low. They said that January 29th of 2020. Now, let's see what Canada said, because I'm very much invested in this. Risk of, okay, Canada's top health official. Where's she from now? Public Health Agency of Canada. Here we go. We're going to see if they had the same sentiments 6 years ago. Yeah, we like to do pattern recognition here. We don't play around. I'm not just going to tell y'all the story. I'm going to check. Because one thing that'll never change is the patterns. People do not change the way they operate. It is very hard, especially when it's systemic. They will do the same things over and over and over again. Why? Because it is just easier. It takes a whole lot of thought process to do things differently. You got to be very ahead of the game. You have to change processes. Everything is, you got to go step by step. That's why we have so many regulations, so many rules here. Well, there's one of the reasons. There's other components we don't have to touch upon today. That's another topic for another day. But now, you gotta search Corona. You can't search COVID. I made sure I said Corona because that's how it was referred to prior. And then after that, they started calling it COVID-19. But no, I want the Corona. The real one, Corona. I want the long name. Coronavirus 2019 low risk. Let's check, y'all. Let's check. I want to see news from 2020, not 2021. We want to see 2020. 2020. Okay, let's check. I want to see. It might be harder to find Canada, though. I ain't gonna lie. But at least y'all saw the CDC one. Oh, maybe I should put 2019 coronavirus low risk CBC News. That might be easier because that's where it came from. Here. January 29th, 2020, y'all, same day. Because y'all know U.S. and Canada were like twins. Like, no, not twins. Brothers, siblings, cousins, whatever you want to call them. Corona, this was in PEI, Prince Edward Island. January 29th, 2020. Coronavirus, a low risk on PEI, Chief Public Health Officer says. I think that's absolutely normal to be concerned about a new and emerging virus. Here we go. Dr. Heather Morrison, it's your time to shine. All right, PEI health officials are reminding people the risk of contracting the novel coronavirus in Canada is low, even as new cases of the virus are confirmed in China and elsewhere. The island's chief public health officer says she understands why people could be worried. The virus, 2019 nCoV, has unalive more than 130 people, and there are still many questions about it, including transmission risk and remain unknown. I think that's absolutely normal to be concerned about a new and emerging virus, and I understand that concern. I think it's important that we look at what we know and the evidence around the virus and follow the guidance nationally and internationally. So then she said evidence points to low risk on PEI and across Canada. And she's happy to see that in general that the message seems to be getting across. You smiled like that, ma'am. How many people passed away from COVID in PEI? We might not get the data, though. It's hard to find that in Canada sometimes. Here. 2022. The COVID-19 pandemic in PEI, Prince Edward Island, is part of an ongoing global pandemic of coronavirus disease 2019, an infectious disease caused by severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus, SARS-CoV-2. Up until January 14 of 2022, Prince Edward Island was the only province that did not have any deaths due to COVID-19. That's what's up. However, on March 14, 2020, the first confirmed case in Prince Edward Island was announced. A woman in her 50s who had returned from a trip on a cruise ship on March 7th. And then an initial small surge in cases at the start of 2020 eventually petered out to 0 active cases by May 2020. The province began to open up that summer, resulting in another small uptick in active cases, but with no deaths. By the close of 2020, PEI withdrew from the Atlantic bubble and eased some restrictions, resulting in a slow but steady rise in active cases. And by 2021, the island recorded its 200th confirmed case of the infection. No islanders had lost their lives, so that's good. At least that. However, oh wait, I lied. I gotta keep reading. However, on January 14, 2022, the first deaths related to COVID-19 in Prince Edward Island were reported, with fatalities rising sharply throughout the year. Despite the rising fatality rate, many health restrictions were abandoned in favor of bolstering the local economy. By the start of 2022's tourist season, masking, social distancing, test mandates, and vaccine passports were eliminated. So they said low risk, y'all. And yes, there were no deaths, thank goodness. However, remember, Prince Edward Island is all the way on the East Coast. Let me show y'all where it is in case you don't know where Prince Edward Island is in Canada. They don't have a large population, y'all. Here, this is where it's at, y'all. This is Prince Edward Island right here on the cut. That's in the cut, y'all, in the cut. That's not where most of the people gonna be. They're gonna be here. Where? Toronto, Quebec, Montreal, Ottawa, Toronto. Where we at? Vancouver. Where? Alberta, Calgary, Victoria. Not Victoria. Victoria is still a smaller city. Vancouver, right here. These are your big money. This is the big cities right here. Now, we just saw that they said the exact same thing in 2019 before the outbreak really took hold of the country. What I'm going to say, I'm going to continue watching that TikTok, but I just want y'all to know, and I'm going to read some comments too, but I want to get my thoughts out first, that do not believe anything that you hear. Go according to your logic and go according to what you've seen. Pattern recognition will never fail you. Start stocking up on your essentials. We talked about that months ago too. I just didn't know it was going to come now. Stock up on masks. Stock up on your essentials. Get your antibacterial situation going on. The soaps. Oh my God, why am I forgetting? You see, this is what I'm saying. I forget those things, but I don't forget what the storage in there. Get your antibacterial sanitizers, that hand sanitizers. Make sure you stock up on wipes. Make sure you stock up on food, on not candles, but flashlight, batteries. Make sure you have a backup plan. Have some cash on hand just in case you gotta travel. Make sure that you have all your stuff in order, y'all. Just make sure. And best case scenario, it's they contain it and nothing happens. But I would rather be safe than sorry, and I would rather be over prepared than under prepared. So there's that. And if you cannot afford to buy things in advance, just buy this essential stuff. Beans don't cost much. Tuna doesn't cost much. At least, it's still cheaper than nothing. Get your non-perishable and perishable items. Just make sure you get your pet food. I got loads of pet food here. Hell, if Mimi gets picky, I guess she gonna starve herself, but eventually she'll eat. Make sure you stock up on all the essential items. Get your stuff in order, y'all, because it's gonna be, if this gets to how COVID was, there's gonna be another shutdown, and then things will happen. So just stay safe out there. Let's continue hearing what sis had to say.
People, and only this one particular virus, the Andes virus, which has been identified here, we've seen some human-to-human transmission. And again, I want to reiterate, the actions that are being taken on board are precautionary to prevent any onward spread. And so there's a lot that is being done right now to be able to try to minimize the risk even further.
What makes unique here is similarity crowded in a confined space. We had a similar situation in Argentina in 2018, 2019, when a symptomatic individual attended a social gathering.
Notice they don't want to talk about what happened in Wuhan. Wuhan is even more recent, but notice they're like, oh, we didn't talk about Argentina because that was prior. Mm-hmm.
So that led to a lot of people getting infected. We are in a similar situation right now, a cluster in a confined space with close contact. Does that mean the rest of the world, this disease will spread? We had that outbreak in 2018 and it led only 34 cases. We may have similar cases from there. So I just want to show that if we follow public health measures, and the lessons we learned from Argentina is shared across all the countries what needs to happen in contact tracing, isolation, we can break this chain of transmission, and this doesn't need to be a large epidemic.
This is not coronavirus.
Okay,
This is
so that there you have it. Spoken from the world leaders. Thank you for your services, Dr. Fushi. I know I'm saying his name wrong. My bad, y'all. My bad. So yeah, so far, Hanta virus cases, we need to see global because I don't want to just see U.S. and Canada. Let's see where rapid risk assessment. So new suspected, a day ago. Interesting. And look at these damn rats. Red flag to the rats. I never knew they had that. I don't like them anyways, but damn it. I never knew that they had this virus. I've never heard of this virus before, y'all. New suspected Hanta virus cases found as experts issue containment guidance. I told you, I knew it. You cannot control the virus. It's just like if somebody gets, like I said, if somebody gets cancer, use that as an example, because I believe cancer is a type of virus, in my opinion. I know I'm not what they call an epidemiologist, whatever the term is. I'm not a disease and control expert. I'm not a scientist, but I mean, I have common sense to know that you cannot control how a virus spreads. Yes, you can contain it and you can try your best, but humans are humans and humans can be nasty. We're going to get to Gordon Ramsay restaurant where they had a freaking dog eating right next to the food. Red flag. And I'm saying that as a puppy owner. We're going to watch this. This is why we will never be set free. There's people who do not practice hygiene. I have been in bathrooms where people do not even wash their hands. I'm in the stall and I'm like gagging. I'm like, how the hell do you not wash your hands after you use the washroom? It is disgusting. But yet, I hear the stall and then I hear the door. Boom, boom. This is why. You cannot control. They're like, oh, these people are going to be in self-isolation. They probably all snotting all up in people, digging in their butt cheeks, touching people, touching things, touching doorknobs, going to work. Then we got potlucks. Then you got, you're in the grocery store with folks who just scratching their asses sometimes. I don't know. They done had the dog lick their hands, poo in their hands or something, and they put the food right in their mouths. Red flag, all types of craziness. We're going to get into this story right after this one. Now, let's finish reading. Sorry, y'all. I got a little too excited. So, May 8th. Is that today? That was yesterday. So, 2 suspected cases of the Hanta virus were reported on Friday. That was just yesterday. With one in Spain and the other on the remote South Atlantic island of Tristan da Cunha, according to officials. A Spanish woman who was on the same flight as the passenger who passed away of hantavirus is currently being treated at a hospital for a suspected infection, local officials said Friday. Boom, here go your outbreak. Whoever was on that flight, and I can guarantee you, usually flights have like 200, 300 people. He was probably coughing all up and through there. And then guess what? The borders are not going to shut down anytime soon. And Canada has the World Cup. And your girl is going to Toronto next month. Why did I do that to myself? I'm going to be in Toronto when the World Cup happens. So I'm like, oh, this was the worst. They done got your girl, y'all. So now, we got international travelers coming into Canada for the World Cup games all over North America. It's not just Canada. Hold up. Y'all done forgot about that. World Cup 2026. The World Cup games. Where they going to be at? When and where? It's going to be on June 11th, Mexico City. Mexico, stay on alert. And then in July, it's going to be in New York and New Jersey Stadium. And then also in Toronto and Quebec. Because, people like to travel. They're not just going to go to one city. They're going to try to travel to different cities. Let me see where it's going to be. Hold up. Locations. I need the map. Yeah, it's going to be in U.S., Mexico, and Canada, North America. Here we go. Because it is hard for us to get diseases not diseases, I lied. It's hard for people to come here. They have to come here by plane, right? Or, by ship and stuff like that. But most of the time, when a disease outbreaks happens over there, and if we have our borders shut, then it's going to be easy to control. But just like COVID, open wide, open sesame, let the virus go free. And then all of a sudden, we all get infected. Then it's a global pandemic. And not only that, but these people who are on the cruise ship, do not get it twisted. They have money. Anybody who has money to go and take extended vacations, you got money. I don't think these people are using Klarna and Afterpay. And they sound like they're boomers. So here, host countries and cities, let's go to a city near you. And the sad part is, yes, I am going to be in Toronto, but best believe, masked up. I'm going to be spraying everything. Because I'm not canceling my flight, y'all, unfortunately. I can't. I might have to. If it gets really bad, I might have to. But, oh, boy. Here we go. Toronto, Vancouver. Either way, I'm still messed up. Because I live in Victoria, which is not far from Vancouver. And then I'm traveling to Toronto. Red flag. It's both major cities in Canada, of course. Of course, we're hosting. Vancouver is going to be June 13th, June 18th, June 21st. And then let's get to Toronto. I really hope. Wait, maybe not the dates I'm going to be there. Hold up. June 12th. Oh, yeah, the same day. Red flag. June 17th and June 20th. I'm going to be in Toronto around this time. And Quebec to go see my family. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? Guadalajara, Mexico. Guadalajara, the home of Ugly. Remember that show, Ugly Betty? Her family was from Guadalajara. Love them. Love that show. June 11, June 18, and June 23rd. There's a lot of people traveling to Mexico as we speak. Mexico City and Monterrey. U.S., if you live in these cities, be on guard. They're going to be in Atlanta, Boston, Dallas, Houston, Kansas City, L.A., Miami, New York, New Jersey. Choose your pick. Philly, Seattle, San Francisco Bay Area. Those are the most populated cities in America. And you're going to have international travelers coming from all over the world. Because y'all know they refer to soccer as football. And them football fans, they are usually from other countries. That's what it is. So they're going to go all up in there. They open sesame. Now, let's see what was going on in 2020 around the time of COVID. Let me see. Was it World Cup? Let's check. Was there a World Cup in 2020? Let me put host cities. There was definitely a big event in 2020. I can almost guarantee that. Y'all will let me know in the comments. I don't think it was a World Cup. There was a 2020 major events. No, major game. Let's put January to March, because that's when it really spread. It was like, I don't remember what was around that time. That I don't remember. Not games. Major events. Let's put. Okay. No, they're just gonna put like the year of 2020. Okay, maybe we might get something here. Oh, I forgot Orange Man. Yeah, he was president too. Lord, let's look at this timeline. Let's see if something can stick out as far as a pattern. And I'm gonna read some comments, and I'll keep you guys posted on this. There's a lot of developments here. So COVID reared its head in January. The very first case in the U.S. was a Washington State man who had traveled from the city of Wuhan in China, where it all started. And then they had 16 close contacts before he was placed in isolation. Americans evacuated from Wuhan are being tested for corona at California Air Base. Facebook struggles to stem spread of coronavirus misinformation. Then in February, February. Hold on a second, y'all. I see y'all cooking in the comments. February was consumed with the impeachment of President Trump by the White House. Oh, midterm elections, ain't they coming up in November? And he's doing all of this the Voters Registration Act. That's why they're getting rid of it. They're making sure that he's going to get the seat for or he's gonna be still in power. He's still gonna have power. Sorry, I'm about to eat something. My stomach is growling right now. Okay. He was eventually acquitted by the Senate of charges of abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. He was there, y'all. I forgot about him. I mean, I think I mentioned it, but yeah. Right there, I forgot that happened. Susan Collins will vote to acquit Trump, saying he's learned from impeachment. Lord, he ain't learned a damn thing 6 years later. A defiant... Yo, I'm not laughing because it's funny. It's just crazy. A defiant Trump takes grievance-filled victory lap at celebration of Senate acquittal. Douglas Brinkley. Congress is to blame for an imperious presidency. So this was in February, right before the global shutdown. March. It was back to COVID. Here we go. Back to business. The World Health Organization declared a global pandemic and the 2020 Olympics. Oh, it was the Olympics. I knew that was a major event. Had to be. There just had to be. We got the World Cup coming up next month. The 2020 Olympics was officially postponed. Okay, let's see. Tokyo Olympics postponed until 2021 because of the pandemic. But remember, this is Tokyo. We are in North America. Money talks. They still had planes flying even after the Air Canada pilots lost their lives due to due to FAA error. Same thing happened with the plane that went down with all them kids in it. The skaters. Rest in peace to everybody. Planes were still flying. Didn't a plane almost hit a light pole the other day? Like, come on now. They don't care. They're still going. That was Tokyo that canceled the Olympics. Just making you aware of that. The virus may infect up to 70% of the world's population, expert warned. So this was in March, after they done told us that, it's low risk in January. Don't worry about it. You ain't got nothing to worry about it, Mally Mae. You ain't got nothing to worry about that Johnny Sue or whatever the hell. Because damn sure they wasn't talking about us. They wasn't talking about us. You have nothing to worry about, my beautiful congregants here, my beautiful, the population. You guys are good. And then by March, look at that. Coronavirus, how U.S. hospitals are preparing for COVID-19. It was already too late. Red flag, you took too long to prepare because you're not thinking about that. You're thinking, is it just human drugs? It's not. It's just for animals and rats. It's not for humans. Shut up! We're tired. We got an economy that's tanking. Y'all are over there in Iran causing a ruckus. Gas is high as hell. I've never seen gas that high. And I don't even drive. Dom drives. And he has to fill up the tank. I feel so bad. That's why he's working overtime right now, trying to support us. Gas is too damn high. Rent, at least rent is stable. I'll give you that. Here. But rent is unstable in other places. And then on top of that, groceries sky high. A pack of beef, $21. Red flag. This is craziness. And I'm not talking about the big steak. I'm talking about 2 little steaks, $21. Chicken breast has gone up. Chicken thighs has gone up. Even pork. Well, hell, pork is always going to be, it's always going to be cheap. But it's not good for you all the time. Don't they tell us that? Hell, even tuna has gone up too. Tuna's like $3. Almost $2 something. It used to be $1. Everything has gone up. And then you want to sit over here playing games talking about, the hospitals are ready now. Tensions over COVID-19 took center stage in April. It took that long? We're too reactive. We're never proactive. That's the problem. Reactive and not proactive. You want to wait and say, everything's all good. Don't worry, we're taking precautions. Not enough. There's somebody in Spain right now who's on the same flight as this man. We already knew that, though. How are we smarter than the people who are working in these organizations? Who did they hire? They must have given money to these folks. Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer says protests can lead to extension of stay-at-home orders. Yeah, because they started protesting. And then May was when the whole George Floyd situation happened. Okay, so this is literally like a parallel. It's a mirror. What are we today? We are in May. This is the start, right? So it took them 2 months. It took 2 months for things to go all hell to break loose. So summer of 2025. The block is hot. So now protest with the George Floyd situation. Rest in peace. Then protest near the White House. And then baseball. Things get back to normal. Then there was a hurricane. Whole bunch of stuff happened, y'all. Oh, Lord. Just craziness. I'm going to read some comments. This is a developing story, y'all. But yeah, the lady in Spain. Here we go. Oh, I didn't even finish reading. I'm sorry. I was so pissed off. The Spanish Health Ministry said in a Friday briefing that a 32-year-old woman, 32, so she's mad young, was being treated in the city of Alicante. The woman was sitting 2 rows behind. She wasn't even next to this man. 2 rows behind the person who died from Hanta virus. 2 rows, not even direct. I thought she was sitting next to him. 2 rows behind. Did he cough? Did he have a mask on? Probably not. So if she's 2 rows behind and she caught it, then I'm whoever's next to him and around him. Oh, it's only a matter of time. Where are those people now? Inquiring minds would like to know. I need to know who was on that damn flight with that man. Having had only brief contact as they were on board the plane for a short time, said Secretary of State for Health Javier Padilla. And that means that it's very easily transferable. Remember, sis was talking about, oh, it's only from humans to remember, from rats to humans. Talking nonsense. Padilla noted that others on the flight have developed. Who was on that damn flight? I need to know what flight that was. This is when you know I'm stressed. They have developed potential symptoms, but later tested negative, including a Dutch flight attendant. I don't believe none of that what they're talking about. You can test. You know how many times people test negative? I remember people tested negative for COVID, and then they still got it. I don't believe none of what they talking about. You can still test negative and get it, and then test positive after. It's just like a pregnancy test. You know how some people be like, oh, it was negative. And then maybe 2 weeks later, positive. 2 lines. Just like that with COVID. This is what happened with the flight attendant on the KLM flight, and we are confident that the same will happen here. There's a lot of confidence, he said during the news conference. Okay. The World Health Organization said Friday that the Dutch KLM flight attendant had been admitted to a hospital in Amsterdam on Thursday with signs of a possible infection, but had tested negative. Interesting. So she had signs of an infection, but she tested negative. Who do they think they fooling? Who do they think they're fooling? They think we're stupid. You didn't dumb us down enough. No, not all of us. I mean, maybe other generations, but not me. I'm quick as a swivel. The infected woman traveled from St. Helena to Johannesburg on a commercial flight. Be careful if you're in South Africa, y'all. And was trying to take another flight home when she fell seriously ill at OR Tambo International Airport. She died at a nearby hospital on April 26th. She was one of dozens of cruise ship passengers who disembarked at St. Helena. The woman's 7-year-old husband was the first passenger to die on board the MV Hondias on April 11th. We are now almost a month. And they didn't even tell us about this until a week or so ago. So now, the flight attendant had the infection but tested negative on this flight. I need to find out more about this flight attendant. There's more. In a second case, a British government official said that a person with a suspected case of Hanta virus on the island of Tristan da Cunha is a resident who was hospitalized. Stephen Doughty, oh man, these names. Sorry. Stephen Doughty, the UK Minister of Overseas Territories, confirmed the news in a statement shared on Tristan da Cunha's official website, writing, "I wanted to reach out personally and say I'm very sorry to hear that Tristan has been affected by the health situation concerning the MV Hondias cruise ship." No, it's not a health situation. It's Hanta virus. Red flag. You see how they're trying to cover up? They're trying to cover it up. Are these all Virgos? I done told y'all Virgos are the notoriously known for that. Don't worry, everything's going to be under control. Meanwhile, all hell's about to break. Don't worry, everything's under control. These got to be earth signs. I got to find their birthdays, y'all. On Thursday, the WHO said that there have been 5 confirmed cases, not just suspected cases. These are confirmed cases of the virus in 3 suspected cases, as health officials continue to seek and monitor passengers who left the MV Hondias along as. Listen, we don't care about these. Well, we care about the passengers, but I'm caring more about people who are on the plane, because I don't know where they went. Hantavirus usually spreads by inhalation of contaminated rodent droppings, and in rare cases can be transmitted from person to person, according to the WHO. Symptoms usually show between 1 and 8 weeks after exposure. So remember, the woman died April 11th, and she was on a flight. I need to know when that plane. So even if they test negative, it can always become positive, just like COVID. WHO working on guidance to contain hantavirus outbreak. World Health Organization officials are developing step-by-step operational guidance for the safe disembarkation and onward travel of passengers and crew once they reach land on Sunday. Sunday! Is that tomorrow? Okay. Half a dozen current and former WHO officials and hantavirus experts said the outbreak could be managed by adapting standard public health steps, such as isolating sick passengers or those who may have been in contact with them. So my question is, if it takes 1 to 8 weeks to show symptoms, why are they not still on the ship? Because we didn't know about it until a week or so ago, and they were on the ship as of 3 weeks ago, beginning of April. So that is not 8 weeks, that's 4 weeks. So they need to actually wait until end of June to be able to be like, okay, you guys are in the clear. But no, they want us to get infected too. That's my opinion. They're doing just like they did with COVID. Oh, yeah. The WHO has arranged for the shipment of 2,500 diagnostic kits from Argentina to labs in 5 countries to strengthen testing capacity. Officials are seeking tips from Argentina, where a previous outbreak of the Andes virus was snuffed out in 2019. If we follow public health measures and the lessons we learned from Argentina, we can break this chain of transmission. This doesn't need to be a large epidemic. Abdi, that's that guy who was talking. Abdi Rahman Mahmoud, director of the WHO's Alert and Response Coordination Department, said the WHO may also recommend that some people with links to the outbreak take their temperature daily for at least 42 days. Why are they not being isolated in a facility? Inquiring minds would like to know. As the Andes strain has a long incubation period, Anaïs Legon, WHO technical officer for viral threats, said at an online briefing on Friday. This is a long-ass article. Based on the dynamics of this outbreak, based on how it's spreading and not spreading amongst the people on the ship, the people who have disembarked as well, we continue to consider the risk as low for the general population. Okay, so what's Spain's plan? Dang, this is a long-ass article, y'all. I'm not reading all that. But they said passengers are being split into high-risk and low-risk contacts based on their interaction with sick travelers. Contact tracing is also key for anyone who has already left it. They already done gone. They're gone, y'all. They gone. Whew, boy. Spanish authorities are preparing to receive more than 140 passengers and crew members on board a hantavirus-stricken cruise ship. Mind you, the cruise is an incubator for viruses because you all share the same space. It's very small, very contained. This is why I do not go on cruises, for this simple fact alone. And it reinforced my decision not to. I was actually thinking, I was like, oh, maybe we could try. Nope. No, this just made it even more. So it solidified it for me. Do not stay on a cruise ship. That's just me though, my personal opinion. Passengers will remain in single rooms without visitors. That's what they said on all them cruises that had the COVID patients. Please. The protocol requires passengers and staff who were on the ship between April 1st and May 10th to quarantine at a Madrid military hospital under active monitoring. They did the same for COVID. Remember, they went to the Air Force base. Didn't they say that about the San Francisco man? And yet, pandemic still happened. Why? Because it's not just on the cruise ship. We all know that. It was on them damn flights. If a patient, this is important, y'all. So this is important to know for recognizing the signs. Listen, I'm gonna stop reading. This is a long ass article, but it's very informative. If a patient develops a fever, shortness of breath, muscle aches, or vomiting, they will be transferred to a negative pressure isolation room, the health ministry said. So it mimics kind of COVID symptoms. Oh boy, all right, y'all. Just a lot. This is long. What are other countries doing? The U.S. has agreed to send a plane to the Canary Islands to repatriate its 17 citizens from the cruise ship. Y'all, 17 citizens are coming tomorrow in the United States. Barcelona said. The British government, sorry, y'all, also said it will charter a plane to evacuate the nearly 24 British citizens on board. So, 24. So that's like 24. Consular officials are on their way to the Canary Islands to meet with 4 Canadians on board a deadly Hanta virus-stricken cruise ship. Look at that. Deadly Hanta virus-stricken cruise ship. And this is supposed to make us feel like everything's under control. The federal government, so this is Canadian news, says 3 people with connections to the cruise are isolating at home in Ontario and Quebec and are asymptomatic. I don't trust none of the asses. Officials have not said when and where the affected people arrived in Canada or whether public health officials would brief the media. And mind you, they were at the airport. Think about it. You were on a ship. You went on a plane. You were at the airport wherever you came from. Then you had to fly to the country that you are from. You must have touched customs agents, the paperwork. And then after that, you got your luggage. You touched stuff at the airport. Probably went to the bathrooms a few damn times. Then after that, you done drove around. Probably went grocery shopping because, you know, you got to eat after you go on a flight because airport food is so damn expensive. You probably went to go pump gas. You probably went to the mall to go buy stuff. You done did a whole bunch of stuff. And then now they want to say, oh, they're self-isolating now. Red flag. We don't trust none of y'all. None of y'all. Canary Island President Fernando Clavijo said that his administration is certain that no passenger of the MV Honduras will disembark until the evacuation plane is already on the tarmac. He like, yeah, Canary Islands, they not playing. They like, we don't want none of what y'all got. Once it is guaranteed that the ship will not touch land, as it will anchor just outside the port of Granadilla, the most important thing is to coordinate the transfer of these passengers from the ship to the dock and from the dock directly to the airport. Y'all ain't touching none of our folks over here. Clavijo's comments came before the Spanish Health Ministry released its protocol plan for the passengers disembarking from the ship. Okay. All right, y'all. Oh, Lord, this was a long read. Okay, I'm going to read some comments, y'all. My bad. L, how are you, sis? Rose, how are you, sis? Walking on Sunrays. Hello, how are you? Welcome to the chat. Jake Plummer, welcome. You said it was the rat from the Ninja Turtles. Y'all talk about no, don't do Splinter like that. Yo, they were in the sewers in New York City. And you know what? Let's go watch. I think they were. Didn't they have the movie? Wasn't it based in New York? Don't do Master Splinter like that. No, y'all not gonna do Splinter like that. Splinter. Wait, Ninja Turtles. I think Ninja Turtles was filmed in New York. Yeah, I think it was. Not the new movie. New York. Let me see if it was Ninja Turtles New York. Ninja Turtle movie. Oh, I should put Ninja Turtles movie. Filmed in New York. Yeah, this was it, 1990. Yeah, they were in New York, y'all. Yo, they were in the subway. Oh man, nah, don't do Splinter like that. Splinter was very smart. Amy 3478. Hi there. Hantavirus is listed on page 4 of the now disclosed Pfizer side effect list. I'm not surprised. Thank you, sis, for letting us know this. I'm not shocked in the slightest, because they're gonna have us do another round of vaccines. I know exactly how this goes. That art girl, you said I'd rather be cautious than believe anything these people say. Yes, you must be, because every time they tell us don't panic, that lets me know we should be taking caution. Now, of course, I will not tell you to panic and go crazy and stress out, but at the same time, make sure you have your house in order. Don't trust nothing of what these folks are saying, because they said the same thing in 2019, and I believe them. I believe them in 2019, and I was like, oh, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. You're not gonna fool me twice. I'm not falling for this okie doke. Empress, welcome. You said if not, no problem. Thanks for what you do. Green flag. Oh, what'd you say? Love your lives. Would you be able to do condensed edit into videos too? Are you talking about for the live streams? Oh, the live streams. I don't know, sis. I don't know. I think I might. The way YouTube is set up, that's the problem. Like, I don't mind doing like live streams and cutting them up into sequences, but then the problem is that the case studies gets kind of discombobulated. I gotta figure out something to do, or maybe I could add it to a playlist. I think I might do that, actually. That's a good idea. I might add the live stream clips to a playlist, and then that way people can go back and watch it, and that way it won't clog up it's trying to filter everything out. But thank you for watching, and thank you for your support. Sharmi, hey sis, how are you? You said, Devonda, you said this man was president when we were dealing with C-19. I know, I realized it midstream. Y'all in trouble. But you know what? It's okay. Like, you know, I will say this, like, we survived, y'all. We survived COVID-19. So we did it somehow. And, you know, despite all of the turmoil that was happening, if you're listening to me right now, you survived it. And we can live another day. Hell, our ancestors survived a lot worse. But what I will say, though, is, in this modern world, just be careful and just make sure you stay safe out there, because it's not, you know, I feel really bad for the people who had family members. I knew so many people who passed away personally, who passed away from COVID-19. And then I knew a lot of people who were sick, who still have long COVID. There are a lot of people who are dealing with and suffering from long COVID. There are a lot of people who are still struggling with respiratory illnesses. There are a lot of people who are immune compromised. So, you know, that's why I take it very seriously. And this is why I'm saying that, you know, just take precautions, especially if you have young kids out there, if you have pets, if you have elderly parents, yourself. Take care of your health. Make sure you stock up on your vitamins. That's essential. Make sure that, you know, you act as if there's a virus now. Social distancing, hygiene, all that stuff, all that good stuff. Not you putting the rats. Rats get bigger than the cats. They do. New York rats are nothing to play with, y'all. They're like cats. Same Romy, our generation was taught to research and think critically about things. 100%. I think that's a lost art, and I feel really bad for the younger generations because they don't have that, and it's slowly fading away. Well, it's not slowly fading away for the wealthy and for the proletariat, or sorry, for the bourgeoisie class, but it's you know, public education is taking a hit. Notice that all of the defunding of education is hitting the working class people who, you know, cannot or maybe can't afford to send their kids to private school. But best believe the rich folks, their kids are learning how to critically analyze things. Their kids are learning how to critically think. They're not they don't live in the same world that we live in, right? So it's just really sad that, you know, some of the skills that we learned when we were younger, they're no longer being used today. They're no longer being taught today. And a lot of parents are working, you know, they don't have time to teach their children like they used to. So there's that. Some girl, you said, hey, some girl, how are you, sis? You said, why are these people always on a cruise? I didn't know cruises were that popular. I have no problem with it, but it's not particularly appealing. Me too. I'm with you on that. I'm not a cruise type of gal either. There's something about being, I'm really claustrophobic, y'all. Like I hate being in small spaces or crowded spaces. I've had a few panic attacks in Korea. I never shared that really. But I had, well, obviously it's tied in with my ADHD, but I take meds. If you don't know, if you're new here, I see I got a lot of new folks. Welcome. I take meds for ADHD, right? And it helps to treat my anxiety too. I also was diagnosed with general anxiety disorder. And recently I got iron transfusions and stuff. So it's definitely helped with my anxiety, but I still have it. And I still have anxious moments. When I'm in large crowds, I get very anxious. So that's why I couldn't live in Seoul. I couldn't live there anymore. That's why I was so happy when I graduated, because I just would isolate myself all the time. I would go out with friends here and there, of course. I still socialize, but it had to be like I had to be in a really good mood in order for me to go out there and, be around a lot of people. But I really do not like that. I don't like to go to concerts because of that. I don't like to go to festivals. I'm just not a person who likes to be around a large crowd of people. I just always been like that since I was younger. I don't know if it came from maybe a memory that I just don't remember. I haven't unlocked, but I just don't like to be around a lot of people. I hate it. I don't like family events. I hate large family. Anybody who's in my family will tell you, count me out. As soon as I know it's going to be a party, I'm like, count me out. Count me out. Count me out. And it has to be like it has to be like a lot of people in a small setting. Like it doesn't, like if we're all spread out, I don't mind it. But like if it's like, you're like shoulder to shoulder, and then I automatically start panicking. I can't breathe, and then I start having panic attacks. Like I had a panic attack on a bus once, y'all. It was crazy in Korea. I was like, yeah, I can't do this. I literally had to go like this. Like I had to like squat, because there were just too many people around me. My heart started beating. I started panicking. My palms started sweating. Anyways, point is that, yeah, that's why I can't be on a cruise ship, because I feel like I can't escape. I don't know. I just feel like, no, it's too small. It's just too crowded. Even if it's a wide cruise ship, it's just too many people in one area. I just couldn't. I don't know. For me, it's just a no-go. Unless it's like a day cruise, like when you go dock to dock, I don't mind that. But if it's like I have to sleep there, it's not going to happen. Hey, L, you said hey, y'all. Hey, L. Poppy Fourth, how are you? I'm going to read a few comments, and then I have to head to the next story, because I only have 2 more hours on stream, and then I got to get going. I got to go. But speaking to what sis said, I might cut the Hanta virus one, because this one is very important, actually. I might cut that one into a clip. That's very important to give a public service announcement. L, you said, I hope y'all aren't saying the Hanta virus is going to be another pandemic. Scientists actually know about the Hanta virus and have specified that it will not be one. What's going on is clusters. I don't know, sis. I'm going to have to respectfully disagree with that. Blank, who is that? Titan JBK is on Threads and has been providing actual updates. Yeah, I would say that, I know scientists are saying what they know, but at the same time, what's his name? Dr. Fauci? Dr. Fauci let us know that it can always evolve. That's the thing with science. Like, it's very hard, because I trust scientists, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, like, there's also a blind spot that they do not know either. Same thing with doctors. How many times have you gone to a physician? A lot of people, they'll go to a physician and say, I feel sick. I know something's wrong with me. And they'll be like, no, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. Oh, you're too young for this. You're too young. And then boom, months later, it's evolved. Or you'll get like stage 4. But, you can detect it at stage 1. You already know something's off. But then by stage 4, it's already too late. And these are very trained doctors. I don't think doctors they're very smart. They understand diseases, but there's always a blind spot with science. Why? Because you cannot predict what will happen in different bodies and different hosts. So for one person, it could be what is it called? It's called anti-Semitic or asymptomatic. You could have one person where it touches asymptomatic, and then you could have sis who was presenting with symptoms. And then she went to the hospital, the flight attendant, and then she was negative, but she still presented with symptoms. She could also be asymptomatic. But then if she contacted somebody else, they could get sick. So you don't know how it's going to spread. And it's literally similar to COVID-19. Listen, it's patterns. So always be prepared, be cautious. Even if it doesn't turn out to be anything, I'd rather be safe than sorry. Get your mask, get your water filters, very, very important. Get all of that stuff. And you should have all that stuff anyways, just for emergency, right? Because you never know when a natural disaster is going to hit. But yeah. You said cruises and planes are living petri dishes. It doesn't help with viruses at all. And the problem I have too with this whole situation, I will say, is that they're not accounting the people who are not on the cruise. They're just talking about the cruise, right? So they're talking about the cruise ship. Oh yeah, like it's not gonna spread, blah blah blah. But the people who are on the flights are already getting symptoms, and they're spread out all over the world. This is the problem with our global modernized world, is that they don't want to stop the economy because they know that it's going to affect. Like right now, today, y'all just saw Spirit Airlines last week layoffs. So if they were to shut down borders right now, they wouldn't do it because it's going to cost too much. It's going to be way too stressful on some certain economies. Certain countries will not be able to survive, especially with gas prices how high as they are and things that are going on in Iran right now as we speak. So that's why we always have to be careful, because while I do understand and I do trust scientists to a certain extent, meaning that I do trust them to do their job, but I also know that there's also room for error at any job. And I'm just, they said the same thing with COVID. Not taking no chances, because COVID, oh Lord, that did us a doozy. That was a crazy one. Mocha Island, hey sis. Sasha, hey sis. You said on Mother's Day. Yep. While y'all out celebrating Mother's Day. Yep. Sasha, it's been a minute. How are you, sis? Hope you're doing well. Okay, last comment. An ER doctor was more knowledgeable about some side effects than my specialist. Boom! Yo, ER doctors are the GOAT. Thank you for bringing that up, some girl. ER doctors are the GOAT. I'm going to tell you why they're the GOAT. I remember I went to the ER because I had, it was right after my wedding. I think I was talking about that. I had heart palpitations, blah, blah, blah. Come to find out, it's probably low iron, and I was eating a whole bunch of crap. But anyways, I had heart palpitations. I was going through it. So I went to the ER. That ER doctor took care of me. He was like, look, he even got me the next day. He was like, look, I'm going to he was like, look, I don't think you have anything, but just to double check, I'm going to have you come in the next day and do an ultrasound. He really took care of me. ER doctors are they are under-recognized for the work that they do. ER nurses, ER doctors, they are the ones who deal with people on the regular. Now, are all ER doctors really good? No. I've heard of some really horror cases. There was just a guy a few months ago who passed away in Edmonton. He had a heart attack in the ER waiting room while waiting for a doctor. So technically it wasn't the doctor's fault. But yeah, they're very severely understaffed and overworked. And shout out to ER doctors because they keep things going. But yeah, sometimes specialists, I think the problem is that when you are, and I've noticed that with other fields, it's not just scientists and it's not just specialists. It's just naturally when you have been at your job for a long time and you've been in your role for a long time, and this is why I always advocate for pivoting, you start to get too comfortable. And then you start to think that you start to dismiss things because I done seen it all. But then you never know. You never know. And I think that's where that kind of ego comes from people who have been in their positions for a long time. They think that they know everything. And I'm like, no, there's always blind spots no matter what job you do. No matter what you say, what you do, there's always blind spots. So I think that once you stop accepting other thoughts and you start to only think one linear way, and that's what happens with a lot of physicians. They start to think one way. Oh, I've never seen somebody this young have it, therefore you can't have it. No, because he could be the exception to the rule, but they don't believe in that. They don't want to do all the work that it takes in order, because then they're like, oh, it's going to take paperwork, and then I have to get them through CT, and then I have to do that. And this is why it's good to advocate for yourself, because you never know. And even if it's not serious, I would rather check than be sorry. I've seen this time and time again. They'll be like, oh, it's nothing. It's just, it's just a lump, or it's just it's what do they say? It's non-malignant. And then all of a sudden you get tested, but just in case. And then all of a sudden, a few months later, stage 4. This happens quite a lot, more than people know. The people on the cruises are going out like they were never possibly contaminated, which is the issue here. Is pure selfishness. Exactly. They need to shut everybody down. But they're not going to. And this is why I said just be mindful of your environment. You wear masks. You do what you can to keep yourself safe, especially if you have if you know that your immune system is, your immune system is like kind of like you're immunocompromised, basically. So if you have a sensitive gut, sensitive immune system, please take heed. And I'm talking about myself here. I have a very sensitive gut. Do not just, eat from other people's stuff like that. Like, be very careful like we were in COVID, because we did get comfortable after COVID. But now, mask is coming right back. I'm about to wear my mask everywhere now. You said, what are you concerned about now if you don't think COVID is still out there and are not actively protecting yourself and others? Wait, somebody wrote something? If you don't think COVID is still out there and are not actively protecting yourself and others. Yeah, I think that, like, if you, hold on, I'm trying to see what you wrote. What are you concerned about now if you don't think COVID is still out there? COVID is still out there. Who said COVID is not out there? COVID is definitely still out there, y'all. It's been out there. Actually, matter of fact, one of my was it a coworker? I don't know. Somebody who worked with me. I don't put people's business out there. But I know somebody who got COVID just recently, probably last year. Yeah. So COVID is still out there, y'all. It's just we've adapted to it. That's all it is. And people have vaccines. COVID is still out there. Oh, read the comment above. Oh, okay. That's why I was like, what? I was like, because I know COVID is still out there. I don't know who said COVID is not out there. Okay, that's why. Yeah. COVID is definitely still out there, y'all. Do not be fooled. I know mad people who got COVID, like just recently, just like as of last year. COVID is still around. It's just that, people have gotten vaccinated. Humans we've adapted. We've evolved. And then the virus has to outtrick. I promise y'all, I'm a conspiracy theorist, y'all. I believe that viruses are evolving for a reason. This is where I have my tinfoil cap. I feel like viruses are man-made, a majority of them. But that's just me. Because they evolve way too fast. And then not only that, but they evolve just like us. Like, it's just weird. How do they know how to hit us in the right way? Y'all, viruses are too smart for me. And I feel like it's designed. My opinion. I'm a tinfoil person. All right. 3 Canadians isolating in Ontario, Quebec after Hanta virus outbreak. Oh, Lord. We'll get updates on this later. Thank you, good doctors. Now, let's switch gears because I don't have too much time. And I want to kind of cover as much as I can. If not, then we'll have to go until tomorrow. But speaking of viruses, this is why I said stay hygienic, y'all. This is why, even though scientists are doing a great job of giving us the news and they're telling us what's going on and they don't believe it's going to spread, this is why I got to think about other things. I got to think of the risk management, because you have, like you said, sis, Elle said it right there, pure selfishness. This is why it's going to spread. And this is how viruses spread. And this is how people get themselves in a pickle. Let's hear what this sis had to say. Shout out to Gazelle Cat. We're going to switch to Gordon Ramsay. So in case you do not know and you have not heard, Gordon Ramsay is in hot water with people who have hygienic practices. However, this man, we're going to see what he did when sis had a complaint to make about the hygiene of one of his establishments in the UK. Let's hear what sis got to say, y'all.
In London, I want to tell you guys, never come eat here. I'm sitting at this restaurant enjoying a beautiful evening with my husband and my newborn baby, and I look up and I see some woman with her dog on a wee-wee pad taking a piss in a shed. I tell the patron, the lady who's working, the waitress, whatever, about this. She doesn't do anything about it. The manager was there the entire time. He said nothing. I still paid the bill. But I'm telling you now, do not come to this restaurant. They allow dogs to shit and piss where you are eating. Beyond disgusting for a Gordon Ramsay London restaurant.
For any restaurant, sis, red flag. How dare this person, not her. You're bringing a dog inside of an establishment where people eat. They're using a pee pad. I'm going to show y'all the video. Sis had all the evidence, y'all. You had the gall to go into that restaurant like that. And then not only that, she went and told the wait staff, nothing. Manager, nothing. And then Gordon Ramsay, he even doubled down. Red flag. This is why I say we got to be careful. Because as much as we can try to, as much as the WHO, the World Health Organization, as much as the Center for Disease and Control, the Public Health Canada, and all the other public health officials in other countries, as much as they could try to contain viruses, there's always going to be new ones coming out because of this type of act. Humans are naturally selfish. And not only that, I don't want to say naturally because some of us aren't, but a lot are. And not only that, but unhygienic as well. Red flag. Let's continue watching, y'all, because she showed us the evidence. It's disgusting.
It's disgusting. Ramsay pizza.
I agree with you, sis. Now, let's watch this video. Sis went on the flight, y'all. Like, she was mad. She went on a flight and even had to film a video. But this is, hold on, not this one. There was a video where she showed. Here we go. This is the video of where she showed where the saxophone, I don't know. I think you guys know the trend, saxophone getting louder. It was in this video. Let's see this. Let's watch this, y'all. It's disgusting. Here we go. So the pee pad is right there. The dog pooped inside where people are eating. And remember, I know that it's not a rat, but remember they said that the virus was spread through the feces of rats. And if you can inhale it. So if you can do that with rats, why do people think dogs are not exempt too? Dogs are supposed to be pooping outside. And if you have a pee pad in your house, that's different. But you are an establishment, because at least if you have a pee pad in your house, because I have pee pads, y'all. Mimi pees here, but she poos outside. But in the beginning, she was pooping in the house. So what I would do is every time she pooped, I had to spray around, put the poop out, do all that cleaning. There was cleaning measurements. We did not cook. We did not have it anywhere near our kitchen. It was made sure to be isolated from us because we're still human and we still have to eat food, and you cannot have cross-contamination. Now, you're in a public facility and you have your dog pooping and pissing everywhere where a newborn is. That's number one, the most sensitive immune system in the entire restaurant. And then on top of that, nobody even escorts this person out. This is why I am concerned about the Hanta virus, red flag. Because there's no type of precautions. What is going on here, even at a restaurant? And then look at how many people are here. Look at how many people are here. And not saying that you can't be close to your dog, but there's a patio. You can go right outside. The weather didn't look that cold to me. You can sit outside if you're so gung-ho on spending time with your pet and eating with your pet. Go outside. I would never in my life bring my puppy to a grocery store, even to anywhere where there's food or beverages being served. Why? It's not for them. They are not human. And even humans can be nasty. Red flag. Continuing on, y'all. So now, sis was on a plane. She was getting to business. Shout out to sis. She got right to business. I love it for you.
They charged us. They charged us the full 15% service charge. That's kind of like where I drew the line, where I was just like, okay, this is too much. Like, the service charge was a bit much, and at that point you're laughing at me. So he did, after fighting with him and going back and forth, remove the service charge, but we did end up paying for the bill at full 100%.
Wow.
Management was there, management did nothing. I didn't even know who the manager was until the end when I was getting ready to leave. The entire time he was looking, I thought he was a normal employee just working there. Come to find out, this was the manager. This is unacceptable. It's not acceptable in London. It's not acceptable anywhere in the world. It's robbery. Gordon Ramsay is known for running his restaurants and his kitchens a certain way, and that was not there that night. If it can pee, it's not for me. Yes, they did.
It shouldn't be peeing in public. That's the thing. It shouldn't be peeing where your food is. That's outside behavior. I gotta be honest. Now, continuing on. Restaurant broke its own no pets rule. Okay, this is the latest update. Here, Gordon Ramsay doubled down, y'all. He was defending the honor of the puppy or the dog. I don't know how old the dog is. Of being able to piss and poo where people are eating in a restaurant, mind you. A Gordon Ramsay establishment. Continuing on.
Apparently, Ramsey has uploaded a video in which he is making fun of and mocking the situation that happened at his London restaurant.
I need to see the video. I didn't watch the video, y'all, so we're gonna search for it
on Friday.
Yeah. Hey Gemini, can this?
Oh, that is the video. Hold up, that is the video. Hold up. Oh, she got the video clipped in. She stitched it. Okay, good.
Restaurant on Friday.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Hey Gemini, can this dog come to Street Pizza tomorrow night, please, for supper? Bruno, Tilly, what do you think?
To stitch my TikTok video with a dog laughing about it is beyond appalling. I will never go to another Gordon Ramsay.
I never have, and I never will. Red flag. And add Jamie Oliver to it. Dom has a lot to say about that restaurant. He used to work there when he was in Australia and whatnot. He said Jamie Oliver, he said after he worked there, he said he'll never eat there. That's what he told me. I'll let him tell his story if he comes through. Now, sis, I was never going to go anyways, but now it's even more apparent that I will not go. I do not trust any establishment where they do not put hygiene and safety, the safety of the consumers as a top priority. That's no matter, I don't care where it is. I'm not doing that. You ain't got to tell me twice. Now, I understand loving your dog. I love Mimi to death, but there are certain things that I will not tolerate. And I think that people have become so, again, selfish that they're not even thinking about others around them. Number one, your pet is your love, the love of your life. But you also have to be realistic. Like, why would you have your pet in a damn restaurant where other patrons are eating? You can even get sick, by the way. Because imagine, that poop is on that pee pad. Who's going to pick it up? Red flag. And how you going to pick it up? Red flag. How? You got to touch it with your hands? You got toilet paper? What, you going to run to the bathroom, get toilet paper? You don't have that. You're in the middle of a restaurant. Or are you going to run? You going to put it, you get the puppy bag, put it in your hands, and did you wash your hands? Even then, it's already being inhaled, the scent. And dog poop can stink, y'all. It stinks. It's like human poop. Just like you wouldn't accept a baby going diaperless in a restaurant. Let a baby go diaperless. I bet you the response would be totally different. Let a human go poop in the middle of the damn road. Y'all, how many times you walk down the street and you smell a pissy ass street? Poop everywhere. Why would you want that? It's not appealing. And it's a safety hazard. But of course, you have a rich man who doesn't give a damn. And on top of that, he seems like he's a pet lover. And there's nothing wrong with that. But people have taken it to the extreme where logic, it does not supersede anything. There's no logic in there. And that's how I know I cannot trust anything Gordon Ramsay says. And hell, his damn Wellington, that's the only thing he could damn well cook. Everything else always be looking dry as hell.
Restaurant as long as I live. And I will not recommend it to anybody else either. I want to again reiterate that their restaurant states that dogs are only allowed outside. I was sitting with my newborn baby inside the restaurant. So why was I seated next to a dog and a wee-wee pad? I don't want to sit next to a wee-wee pad. I don't want to sit next to a wee-wee pad when I'm having a dinner. And I most definitely don't want to sit next to a wee-wee pad when I'm with my newborn son while having dinner.
Read that it was dog-friendly dining room, and as much as we like dogs, I don't want a dog in where I'm eating.
I agree. I think that's disgusting. I think that's disgusting. I think that's just...
So he said that on his TV show, but changed his tune. Because of what? It's a black lady saying it? Is that where we're going, Gordon?
Disgusting.
So apparently, Ramsey has uploaded a video in which he is making fun of.
Okay, so now let's go back. There's more, y'all. Oh Lord, she went on a rampage, y'all. She wants her money back, and I don't blame her.
They don't make service dogs like that. She was pushing the dog.
Problem is, service dogs can be inside regardless of policy. Now, I'm not saying it was, but I'm sure that it will be the excuse. However, it shouldn't be peeing inside no matter what. No matter what. First of all, service dogs, I don't think people realize how highly trained service dogs are. They don't just go to the owner because the owner has a disability. So what ends up happening is they have to get fostered and trained. Because look, I was thinking about becoming a service dog foster because I wasn't sure if I really wanted to have a puppy. So I was like, maybe I'm teetering with it, and then maybe I should get a service dog first and then foster a dog first, and then after that, maybe consider like adopting a dog or getting a dog. But then Dom, he gets very attached to things, so he's like, no, it's not gonna be a good idea because then I'm gonna get attached to the puppy or the dog, and then when you give it away, it's gonna make me sad. So I was like, okay, you know what? Let's just get a puppy, right? But in order to become, and by the way, you guys can do that. That's also an option. You get money. So you get paid and you get free pet food. I know there's some organization in Canada that was doing it. What they do is you have to foster the dog, teach it and train it to become a service dog. And then after that, it'll go to its owner, to its final owner, because then the dog has to already be trained before it goes to its owner. So now, if it is a service dog, best believe they are not going to be pooping and peeing inside of the establishment. And you would see that it's a service dog because usually service dogs have a certain leash and they have a certain tag. This dog most likely was not a service dog because it wasn't trained. The fact that it had a pee pad already lets me know it's not a service dog. Red flag, it's not. But people don't know. They're not educated about that. So that's why. Continuing.
In a bassinet stroller. The dog was not potty trained. On their website, they say dogs are only allowed outside. Girl, they don't make service dogs like that. She was pushing the dog.
They sure don't. But again, people are uneducated. They don't know that. And service dogs have to get trained prior. Now, she went, y'all, she went in. 2 more videos of this lady. And then we're going to see if there's a Gordon Ramsay apology, because I don't know if he has apologized. Continuing.
I had to warn y'all about Gordon Ramsay, and this is what he had to say about him.
Empty-handed at home with no food, even though I just left Gordon Ramsay's fish and chips. Health reasons, safety reasons. Both of those are true. First, let's speak about the customer service. It was terrible. I called beforehand because they are on a trip. I didn't want to make that walk without my food being done, so I tried to call. No answer. I walked in and immediately noticed the kitchen did look that clean. It was a bowl, like a metal bowl, full with 20 to 25 pieces of cooked fish that looked freezing cold. It was around open packages. It was around raw fish. It was around other customers' orders that hadn't been completed yet. It made me uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable. Yeah, I was just about to say he has an allergy, so he has to be really high on alert. If you have an allergy, do not. First of all, even if you don't have an allergy, just based off of this story, it's giving me the ick. I will never go to his damn establishment. But yes, if you go to an establishment and you can see the kitchen's in disarray, and then they can't even separate, they can't even have like safety precautions. You don't see no damn gloves nowhere. Everything looks dirty. As soon as I see the bathroom dirty, I already know what time it is. I'm out.
So my red flags went off immediately. I didn't want to get sick. Immediately. I'm a very observant person, so I took that into note and I went to order my food. I got 3 pieces of fish, some dirty fries that had like bacon and cilantro sauce on them, and a Biscoff shake. It sounded delicious. After I was done ordering, right before I got my total, I asked the lady, can you please make a note to the kitchen that I'm allergic to shellfish? All I wanted her to do was go tell the kitchen, hey, don't touch this fish with that lobster. After you get done touching that shrimp, go wash your hands because he allergic to it. That's all I expected. She said, no, I can't do that. Everything in here is contaminated. Those were her exact words. She said the bowls, they use the exact same bowls for the fish, chicken, lobster, shrimp. They use the exact same oil for the fish, chicken, lobster, shrimp. I'm not no expert.
You're not supposed to.
Gross. I said, okay, so there's no way that you can make an exception and not use the same bowl that you would lobster on my fish? She said, no, everything is contaminated in a very stoic and cold manner. I said, okay, what about chicken? She said, no, we're gonna toss the chicken in the same bowl that we toss the lobster and the shrimp in. I gladly and kindly turned around and walked my ass out of that building. If you wanna go, be safe, be careful. I don't want nobody getting sick. God bless you.
I don't know why y'all continuously keep going to this man's restaurant and the things that he have going on in his restaurant is disgusting. To let your dog or whoever fucking dog that was shit and piss on the floor, and Gordon Ramsay didn't have nothing to say, and y'all thought he was gonna go off. He sided with the people of the dog instead of the black lady, you know, and how she felt about that. I went and go in no restaurant he had. He get on this TV and go from place to place, putting down other people, finding shit going on with their shit, and he got shit going on with his shit. But like I said, Keith Lee, he tried to warn y'all. Stop going in places like that. I don't give a damn who he's supposed to be. It's better to be safe than sorry. That was nasty. Ain't no fucking way them people was eating with a dog shitting and pissing on.
Oh, they sure were there. You saw them all congregating in the back watching the game. They sure do that. That's why I don't do potlucks like that. No, you gotta have. I do not cook for potlucks. I buy food. I only eat food that is packaged, that has been made. And if I'm eating from somebody, best believe I done been to their house. I know what their house look like, or I know that they clean. I don't eat food from people for that exact reason.
Keith Lee tried.
There we go. So Gordon Ramsay, we wrapping you right up. Never. I will never visit your establishment. Now, Gordon Ramsay restaurant broke its own rules, more receipts. Sis, you ain't got to tell us twice, but we'll just watch this real quick.
Violated their own policy. If you go to GordonRamsayRestaurants.com, you will see that it says any size dogs are allowed at the Battersea restaurant in London. But what you will also see is that it says outdoors only. This is their policy on their website. And in that video, you can clearly see that the dog was inside of the restaurant. At no time did management ask the patron to leave. At no time did I see management or any member of the team sanitize or clean that area where the wee-wee pad was. That it clearly states that dogs are only allowed outside. So they violated their own policy. I want to end this video by saying we did not ask for a discount. We did ask to have the service charge of 15% removed from our bill, to which they did after some back and forth. Nobody at any time apologized for our experience. I have not heard from Gordon Ramsay or his team. While I was there, nobody cleaned or sanitized the area. At no time did I see anybody address the dog owner, or did I see any repercussions for the events that took place.
Damn, sis said to be continued. Hold up, you got another video? Hold on. Oh, shoot. Okay, I saw this one. Okay, I saw that one. Okay, we saw all of these, y'all. Oh, Lord. And then TMZ even doubled down on it. Oh, boy.
Run a factually incorrect story on me was not on my 2026 bingo card, but here we are. Let's talk about it. There were so many falsehoods in this, it's not even quality journalism. 2 women walked in with their dogs in a bassinet baby stroller. the dog was licking the table. From the moment they walked in,
I ain't gonna lie, I believe her. You know why? Because I know damn well if I bought Mimi anyway, she start chewing at the table. Rah, 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 rah. She gonna start licking everything. She does that. That's what dogs do.
Been 5 minutes before she put the wee pad on the floor and started to encourage
So it's
the
a
dog
puppy.
to relieve himself.
It's a
From
puppy.
my feet, where I said, hey, what's going on? This is unsanitary. She kept comparing her puppy to my newborn baby. She said repeatedly, your baby shits and pisses all the time whenever it wants. What's the difference between my puppy, my dog? She kept comparing her.
No, she did it intentionally. You know how some folks get. That's how they why around you and not anybody else in the restaurant. They could have sat her ass somewhere else, but they sat her around you for a reason. I believe it was by design, yo. Trying to compare your human baby to a puppy. I'm not saying puppies are still babies too, but it's a different breed. We're different. Just different. It's okay. Not only that, but the baby has a diaper, and I'm pretty sure the mother wasn't changing the baby on top of the damn restaurant table. Red flag! So what are you talking about here, Miss Man? But of course, you know. There we go. The hygiene. They wouldn't... Listen, all I'm going to say is that this is a reflection of society. I'm going to leave it at that.
Puppy to
the sanitary and the unsanitary.
Born baby. Per TMZ, we demanded to move tables. We were moved.
As you should.
That never happened. We never demanded to move tables. We demanded that service and the manager address the patron. The manager told me, and I quote,
That's what we can do. We cannot control animals.
That's awful. So you want us to pay the full bill? We're not. You're going to remove the service charge. We cannot control the animals, ma'am. And then he gave me a bill, the full bill, with the 15% service charge added on. To which I said, I am not paying the service charge. The manager did not care. We paid the full bill. There was no discount given to us, nor did we ask for a discount. We paid the entire bill. Nobody at any time apologized for our experience. Nobody cleaned or sanitized the area in which the wee pad was in while we were there. When you go to a Gordon Ramsay restaurant, at minimum, you expect basic customer care, basic hygiene. Those are the two things you expect at minimum. My feeling is none of that was there that night. TMZ at no point has reached out to me. I've had multiple media outlets reach out to me to speak to me. TMZ has not.
Oh, we already know why. They're going to run with this story. But guess what? I can guarantee you, because, you know, it's always us ringing the alarm and they don't never listen. But guess what? When somebody gets sick, maybe contracting a virus, or somebody gets food poisoning and something happens, something major happens, and it's like, oh, we didn't know. Shut up! And red flag. You damn well knew. You knew damn well.
Reached out to me. They at no time requested my side of the story. There's some magic eyewitness that was there and who saw everything, which none of that happened based on their account. TMZ, you keep calling me the woman. It's Giselle Cadet. Gizzellecade. Get it right. Having TMZ.
Oh, Lord, she is never going to let up, and I love that for her. Keep talking and squawking. That's our motto for 2026. Stay on his neck, sis, especially with this Hanta virus going around. This is a damn shame, Gordon Ramsay. The way you hollering, hooping and hollering all over the damn television, and then you can't even keep your stuff in order. But it's always like that. Now we're going to move on. So we're done with the Hanta virus. Oh, Lord. Oh, boy. All right, I'll read a few comments, and then we got to move on. Some girl, you said if it was a human child, people would be losing their mind a lot more. 100%. 100%. Imagine if you're in a restaurant and you change, even breastfeeding. Y'all remember when breastfeeding used to get a lot of controversy? When women would pop out their boobs and breastfeed, and people had such a bad, like they were so, hold on, let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find the breastfeeding debacle. There was outrage for women. Here we go. Breastfeeding. Moms put off by public disgust. Imagine No one's being contaminated. No one's nothing. The baby needs his food. And then they're even having an issue breastfeeding. Disgust and disapproval from onlookers is one of the reasons why some women are reluctant to breastfeed in public, researchers have found. Swansea and Cardiff University experts said strangers' attitudes had a direct impact on mothers' behavior. You can't even feed your child in public without people getting disgusted by it. And then, mind you, a dog is pooping in a damn restaurant. There's no disgust. Red flag. Where have we gone wrong as a society? This is ridiculous. You have a mother feeding her child, and it's a problem. But then you have a puppy relieving itself and peeing and pooping in a public restaurant where other patrons are eating and where food is prepared, where people are walking all willy-nilly, touching things. They didn't even clean up after the dog, and there's no type of outrage or disgust. This is the problem. This is the problem here. Imagine. We are still having public discourse about breastfeeding in public. And then you want me to believe, not you guys, but people want me to believe that things have changed. No. Imagine. Continuing. Yes, it's because she's black. 100%. I could already see it because there was no, when she said there was no apology, I say, oh, I already knew. As soon as she said the she had to argue and fight to get the service charge, they think that she's just being too much, of course. And then now, meanwhile, this whole story goes viral. Hanta virus. This is why. This is why diseases are evolving. It's because humans are not taking care of their hygiene. Certain humans, I should say. Oh, Lord. Candy, how are you? You said, hi, Romy. Have you seen the KinderCare story from Shailene Winecoop? Who is that? Hold on. Shailene Winecoop. KinderCare. What is that about? Hold up. I'm going to just look it up real quick, and we might have to talk about it tomorrow, because I've never heard about it. Shailene. Hold on. How do I spell that name? S-H-A-E-L-L-E-E-N. Okay. S-H-A-E-L-E-E-N. S-H-A-E-L-E-E-N. I haven't heard about it, but you know what? We'll cover it tomorrow. Let's cover it tomorrow. We'll leave it here. KinderCare. That's a really good one to talk about. And tomorrow I'm going to talk about more like other topics like this. And I have another AI video. So, okay, I'm going to add it to tomorrow's playlist. We'll talk about it tomorrow. This is craziness, y'all. Miri, how are you? Sis, you said gross. Gordon Ramsay gives racist and pathetic as fuck. Yeah, 100%. He's given that. He's given that. Because notice, Keith Lee went, and then the lady's like, oh no, we can't make an exception. Oh no, oh no. And then they want to say that we're the dirty ones. We're the unhygienic ones. They always say that we are this and that. And I'm like, no, it's all projection, because ain't no damn way. There's no way. And I'm saying this as somebody with a pet. Dizzy, hey cuz, how are you? How are you? Komobatsu. K's World. Hey, how are you? Let me go here. Snowblood, you said you guys know about Jamie Oliver too. Everyone in the UK hates him. Snowblood, no, I didn't even know that. Dom worked there. He worked there I think he told me he only worked there like 2 days, and he said he quit. He said he felt bad because, he got the job because of a Korean brother of his. Like, they call each other Hyung and stuff. So he's like, dang, that man vouched for me, but I couldn't take it no more. It was just no. And he was like, don't ever eat there. He kept telling me that. He's like, don't ever eat there. He's like, we will never go to that place. I seen what they do. I was like, oh, damn. It's like that. He's like, no, it's like that. He's like, don't eat there. Well, I wish he was here to explain why, but he's not here. That's a health violation, 100%. Just some WPS. Sasha, you said poor dogs and their stupid ass owners, 100%. I really feel bad for a lot of dogs because it's not their fault, y'all. It's their owners. Owners make it really hard. Owners make it so hard, y'all. A lot of dog owners are just so selfish and entitled, and they put that behavior on the puppy. And it's not the dog's fault, to be quite honest with you. Then the dog did what the dog does. The problem is the human was supposed to correct the dog and actually be the one to take the dog outside. But no consideration, because your baby's just important as my baby. Red flag. Continuing. Now, let's move on to politics. Oh boy, I got an hour and a half. Okay, we could do it. We could do it, y'all. We could do it. So, this is just an update to the Voting Rights Act. Yeah, Voting Rights Act. I know last week I talked about it in great detail. I won't do that today. I just want to provide a few updates. So, as it stands, it's definitely They wasted no time. Tennessee specifically. So just this week, Tennessee 2026 passing Jim Crow voting laws to eliminate black representation. So this is a video I'm going to watch with y'all. So a lot of states are starting to already enact the voting registration situation, and they're trying to, redistrict. I think Virginia recently, hold on. I read that Virginia, was it Virginia? There was a state that didn't accept the mapping. Let me see if it was Virginia. Was it Virginia? A district map. Was it Virginia? Yep, Virginia court strikes down redistricted voting map in a huge blow to Democrats. Yep. So this was just 21 or a day ago. Yeah. And then, hold on. Virginia Supreme Court blocks Democratic congressional map. All right. So, yeah, they wasted no time, y'all. They wasted no time. So, let's watch this story here on NBC News. And then we're going to get to what's going on in Memphis.
State Supreme Court struck down a voter-approved redistricting plan that could have created up to 4 new Blue House seats.
All right, so check this out. Here's
a look
at the
my
current
bad. Hold on.
versus the new one that Virginians voted in favor of. So the court ruled that Democrats did not follow proper procedure when putting the constitutional amendment, because this went to voters, on the ballot. So the approved map on the right side of your screen with a lot more blue in it has now been rendered null and void. NBC News senior reporter Jane Tim joining us now. She's an expert on election administration and policy. Jane, shortly after this decision was handed down, President Trump posting about it being a, quote, huge win for the Republican Party in America in Virginia. I guess the question becomes, is this procedural? On what grounds did the Virginia State Supreme Court strike this down?
Yeah, the Supreme Court said that the legislature broke the law in how they put this amendment to the voters. So to get a constitutional amendment on the ballot, you have to pass it through 2 legislatures with an election in between. The first time this Democratic-controlled legislature passed it, they did it after early voting had already begun. And the state Supreme Court said that that essentially violates it and sort of incurably taints the referendum vote. Even though voters approved it, they say they did not get as much time and notice as they should have, according to the law, to change the Constitution, which they say is just such a big a deal. We have to follow these procedures in doing this.
And Jane, it's not just Virginia.
Of course, you have to follow procedures when it comes to what the voters want and what the regular people want, the people. But when it comes to him having to go to court, remember, why is he not on trial? Red flag. It doesn't apply to him. It never applies to them. Remember when I showed you the data centers that they were creating in Memphis way back in the day? I don't remember which live stream it was. And Muskie was not following any type of protocol. This man literally had taped fans or taped air conditioning systems. Ghetto as hell. Well, I don't even want to say ghetto. Whatever he was doing. Janky as hell is the word I want to use. Janky as hell. Taping them damn air conditioners onto the into the data center because it would overheat, right? Because of the processes and stuff. He didn't even follow the protocols. The mayor didn't even know what he was doing, and he approved it without telling the citizens of the city. Yet somehow we're supposed to just accept it. But then when it comes to voters actually voting, oh no, we have to follow the protocol. How dare you do the red flag? A whole bunch of nonsense. But this is what happens when you have, I know the word is overused, but listen, my opinion is that he's definitely on some type of spectrum. And my inkling, based on what I have seen, and I'm not talking about musky, I'm talking about orange. He's on the cluster B. Because for me, ain't no way he matches. This is what it's like to be in a relationship with a narky. And I have seen a lot of patterns and behavior. Have I been in a relationship with a narky? I think one was. But to be honest with you, I didn't even feel a tenth of what other women feel being with a real narky, a cluster B. What happens with cluster Bs is that everything is very chaotic. We are literally inside of a global relationship with this crazy ass person. He's a maniac. So this is why everything feels so different. This is why you can't have peace. This is why there's always news back and forth. They say one thing and then it's another thing. It's like lies become their truth. You feel like you're in an alternate universe when you're dealing with a narky. Unfortunately, this was voted by the American public, the greater American public, not the 92% rise up. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm not talking about the 77% or the 58%. I memorized. I'm talking about the other. The majority. They voted for this. And so now you are witnessing a relationship with a narky. This is what it feels like. It feels like everything is imbalanced. It feels like your nervous system is shot. Since he took office last year, there have been so many times where people's nervous systems have gone into overdrive. Why? Because you can't trust an individual like that. So now he is praising, of course, because we don't even need to finish hearing what sis had to say. I'm sure she's extremely qualified, but hell, I already know. Look at this. Look at the current map and then look at the approved map. So the current map would give the Dems, so blue. So you got 2 red, 1 light red, 1 dark blue, 2 dark blue, 2, so it looks pretty equal, right? And then you have these out here. This looks pretty equal to me. But then, hold on. Wait, no. Was this the equal one? My bad. This one right here would have all blues here. But this is what people voted for. To be fair, this map doesn't look too bad because it is pretty equal. But then people voted for this. This should be approved. But nope, they want it like this. Why? Because then it will make it easier for him to get into office. Again, even though people want him out. He will not want to leave. And then he's going to resort to doing whatever he can do in order to stay in office. This is the relationship I'm talking about. So it's a relationship between him and the American public, the people of America. So as much as you would want to leave a cluster B, and this is why I always empathize with women who cannot leave a DV situation. I give tips as much as I can, but to be honest with you, the best tip is to never engage with one at all. That's the best. That's the surefire way that you can avoid them. But unfortunately, we've never been taught that. And so naturally, as empathetic as women are, you don't want to reject somebody. You don't want to make anybody feel bad. No, you need to be hard and you need to be tough and you need to, stand up for yourself. But unfortunately, we're not taught that. And so you're taught to get into any relationship with anybody. And then once you let them enter your life, it's literally like fight or flight. And try to leave. They're going to make it hell for you to leave. And most of the time, even if they find another victim, they will still focus on you. This man is like that. So now, he's going to do whatever it takes to stay in office, y'all. And it doesn't matter what it is. He will make sure that it happens. Y'all saw what happened a few weeks ago when that man rushed. All of a sudden, the news disappeared. Why? Exactly. So, anywho, continuing. Now, fast forward, he's starting to remove all the rights from the target of the people that he really despises, which is anybody who's marginalized. POC. He has a fixation on people of color. More specifically, black people. Remember how he was talking about Obama? Obsession. Cluster B. They will obsess with you. All of these folks. All of them. And then look, we're going to watch this video. And this was very disturbing, y'all. I watched the first few minutes. Look at how he's smiling. Look at that. Red flag while he's taking the rights away from black people. He is smiling. This is why I said it's permeating. They will only attract people who are like them or empaths. Here we go. So now look at all these folks smiling in the big belly, big gut and all. Standing there smiling. He is not ashamed or embarrassed. He's happy. Look at this one right here. Smiling. Smiling. And then, let me tell you, why are you working there? Hold up. Mr. Unk, why are you there? See, this is the problem. So we got the overseer right here, this brother. I don't care what anyone says, no paycheck is ever worth doing this. And I probably can guarantee you it's not even worth whatever you're doing. Worth your dignity. Him and Clarence Thomas. Come on now. Why are you standing guarding these folks? Red flag. Just like when I see black ICE agents. What are you doing there? What are you doing there?
In the wake of the Supreme Court's effective destruction of the Voting Rights Act, we are seeing southern states...
Oh, what is this music? I'm so sorry, y'all. But anyways, you saw them smiling. I can't listen to this. There's too much music going on. So we're going to watch this brother's speech, y'all. It was very riveting. I watched and I was like, wow, this is amazing. Like, he left nothing, no stone unturned. So let's listen to what he had to say.
These maps are racist tools of white supremacy at the behest of the most powerful white supremacist in the United States of America, Donald J. Trump. Memphis is the most beautiful place on the planet. It's the place that raised me, my brothers, my parents, my grandmothers, and where my ancestors' bones rest. And what you are doing today is eviscerating the only black majority congressional district in our state because we are majority black. We are here because this Republican Party has to seek to steal elections and seats because the president and the party have refused to address the pain, the suffering, and the struggling of everyday Tennesseans. This is about attacking, targeting, and cracking District 9 into pieces for more political and racial dominance and white supremacy in the state of Tennessee. And we need to realize that the Calais decision that you all are basing your decisions off of, that gutted the Voting Rights Act, that Voting Rights Act was paid in blood. It was not just a parchment of paper signed into law. It was paid in blood on the Edmund Pettus Bridge. Paid in blood by Medgar Evers. Paid in blood by Fannie Lou Hamer. It's been paid in blood year over year, time after time, assassination after assassination, lynching after lynching. So that more people might be able to ascertain access to this constitutional democratic republic experiment that is currently being gutted and seeking to be gutted by this chamber, by this House, this Senate, and this state. What is happening here is immoral and wrong. And I was reading my Bible early this morning, asking God why this is happening. Why, again, does it seem that white supremacy is seeming to gain? Why?
We already know why, brother, but I'm going to let him keep cooking and then I'll add my little ad-libs to the end. But this speech is just, yeah.
Again, does it seem like the pillars of pain that we have felt and experienced for over 400 years in this country continue to rise again? And whispered in the words of this Bible and in the words of those ancestors that have gone before us is just these simple words: we're still here. We are still here. This nation, this state has legislated and legalized the worst things in humanity, including our enslavement, and we are still here. Right in this country where, as one black woman said, your ancestors enslaved us, denied us of our rights, called us 3/5 of a person, and yet we are still here. You put us on cotton plantations and tobacco plantations. You denied our human rights and our right to exist as children of God, and we are still here. You destroyed Tulsa. You killed and lynched black folks on poplar trees. Shelby County, Tennessee had the most lynchings of anywhere in this state where you're taking this district, and we are still here. You've had 3 strikes laws, mass incarceration, denied us of who we are, and we are still here. And today you'll take the only majority black district from us. But I want you to know, and I want my nephew, sons, and the future to know, no matter what you do, no matter how much you try and break us and make us bend and make us quit, we will still be here.
Yeah, of course they're not clapping. Of course, look at them. Look at them right here. Mrs. Sister over here. Who are you? Shame on you. I hope you voted right. Listen, I'm not going to say shame on her because maybe she's doing her job. But the rest of them, yeah. Stew in it. And I'm glad he was spoke louder and louder. Louder and louder for them to hear. Yeah, we are still here. Still here. Even against all odds. Against all of them. And I'm really happy that the people are standing up against it and just continue doing what you're doing. They're going to throw them books, y'all. They will continue to do it. And we are still here. There you go. So I should have actually played that tomorrow because that sounds like a sermon. Shout out to brother, the representative right here. Now, there's more, y'all. There's more. So I want to watch this with y'all. It's very short. I love her TikToks, by the way. Y'all go follow Ashley the Baroness. There's so many things that she has dropped here, and I really love her content, y'all, especially if you're into political things, history. And she doesn't just talk about America. She talks about other countries, too. So definitely give sis a follow or even a view. So now, let's find out what happened with Lyndon B. Johnson because I'm interested. I saw this while I was scrolling. I was like, ooh, this is a good thing to put on the live stream. I haven't watched it yet. So we're going to find out in real time what Lyndon B. Johnson did because if you don't know, he's the one who actually was part of the Civil Rights Act. And also he was the president at the time when JFK got taken up out of here. And RFK, I forgot to add Robert Kennedy as well. They packed them both right up, siblings together, and MLK. So now, and Malcolm X, I forgot to add him too. So now, after all these brothers, rest in peace, they done passed away, Fred Hampton, everybody. So Lyndon B. Johnson enacted the Voting Rights Act and during Reconstruction. So it was the Voting Rights Act and then the Civil Rights Act, and there were other food stamps or Social Security. I think Social Security was under him, if I'm not mistaken. But y'all let me know. Correct me in the comments. He's also responsible for a lot of the modern social assistance kind of structures that we have today. So now she said she learned something about Lyndon B. Johnson, and I'm curious to know what it is.
Something about LBJ that made me just kind of stop and stare at the wall. So, if I have to know it, then so do you. Have a seat. The 36th president of the United States, the man behind the Civil Rights Act, Medicare, Medicaid, used to hold meetings while sitting on the toilet. Door open, full eye contact, making aides stand there and continue the conversation. Like this was somehow just normal workplace behavior. And before y'all think this is one of those fake internet stories, yeah, nah. It's in memoirs, presidential biographies.
Red flag, Lyndon B. Johnson, thank you for your services, sir. But did you have like a bowel obstruction? What was it? Obstruction bowel syndrome? Oh no, IBS. Irritable bowel syndrome. Did you have IBS? Because and even then, don't nobody want to see you pooping on a damn toilet. This is craziness. Very inappropriate, but I'm gonna need to know why. Maybe there's a reason. Why is he defecating all over the dang on place while doing policy?
Oral histories. Doris Kearns Goodwin talks about it. Multiple staff members confirmed it. LBJ was apparently one of the strangest human beings to ever enter the White House. And I know that's saying a lot.
Hold up. Wait. What is his sign, y'all? We needs to know. What's LBJ? Lyndon. Oh, no, sorry. Lyndon B. Johnson. August 27th. Is he a Virgo or a Leo? He's almost in Virgo territory, y'all. Yep, he's a Virgo. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, he did a lot. What was Kennedy's sign? Because he was a philanderer. John F. Kennedy, not the junior, the senior. May 29. Was he a Gemini too? I think he's a Gemini. Oh boy, these damn Gemini presidents. Gemini. Okay, which zodiac sign do most U.S. presidents are you most U.S. presidents? There we go. Zodiac signs. Okay, let's check. Leo, Barack, Capricorn. Nixon was a Capricorn. I done told y'all that. Remember, if you watch the Taylor Swift case study of Matthew Knowles, the Beyonce, when I talked about Matthew Knowles, I done told you about these Capricorn men. Okay, some zodiac signs are apparently more presidential than others. Aquarius, shout out to my Aquarius. And Scorpios were the two most popular among the 44 U.S. presidents. Now, Scorpios, I'm going to give y'all a break today. I'm off today, but best believe I'm going to be on tomorrow. I'm going to be on, y'all. Well, actually, I have one more thing to mention about Scorpios. Virgo and Aries were the rarest signs. Damn. Oh, Virgo. So, and that makes sense because remember, Lyndon B. Johnson was vice president that became president, so he didn't get voted in. Aquarius is, I'm not surprised. We are natural born leaders and whatnot. Now, Scorpios, I don't know how y'all made the cut. How? I love y'all though. Love some of y'all. That love it. Like Devonda says. Love you. But all in all, the presidents were spread out across the board when it came to their horoscopes. I need to know who was an Aquarius, but I don't even want to know at this point. Wasn't Abraham Lincoln an Aquarius? I think he was. Okay, so now, what was I doing now? Sorry, y'all. I lost track. Okay, let's watch Lyndon B. Johnson. Sorry, I went on a rabbit hole here. He was a Virgo.
Office after JFK was assassinated. One of the first things he did was upgrade the White House phone system because that man could not stand being unreachable for like 5 seconds. He had phones installed everywhere. Dining room, bedroom, poolside, bathrooms, especially bathrooms. And once the phones were there, LBJ decided that the bathroom was now a conference room. The fuck? He would summon aides in while he was actively using the toilet and just keep talking.
Yeah. Red flag, Lyndon B. Johnson, sir. Oh, y'all said Virgos. Virgos be having stomach issues, yo. Give us the profile, sis, because ain't no damn way. This man, no, I'm sorry, I keep stopping it because I can't believe this. This man had people really, and imagine your boss having you watch him go to the bathroom while you're giving him national intel. You're literally giving him the most important things, and you're like, here, sir. Y'all, this is craziness. Nah, Lyndon B. Johnson, man. But he did a lot for us. But well, yeah, he did. He did a lot. But pack him right up out of here. I'm sorry.
Okay, isn't that some kind of harassment? Like, what does that fall under? Ew. Doris Kearns Goodwin was a young White House fellow at the time. She's openly talked about LBJ calling her into the bathroom. Mid-conversation, it acted like nothing unusual was happening, which honestly tells you a lot about what surviving the White House in the 1960s must have required psychologically. Joseph Califano, one of his top advisors, he wrote in his memoir that LBJ would stand there completely naked, brushing his teeth while giving policy instructions. And I need everybody to understand something. These are not just random gossip stories. These are official memoirs written by senior government officials. But the craziest story involves George McBundy. He was the National Security Advisor, which meant that this man was responsible for helping to manage the Cold War strategy and nuclear policy. So LBJ summons him into the bathroom while he's on the toilet, And Bundy, trying to preserve what little dignity remained in the room, turned towards the wall instead of looking directly at the president because that's disgusting.
Yeah.
LBJ gets irritated and tells him to come closer because he can't hear him. And Bundy starts backing toward the toilet without turning around because he's still trying not to look. And he nearly falls directly onto the president's naked lap because, LBJ was on the toilet discussing national security. Meanwhile, the actual reality was apparently, sir, respectfully, I'm trying not to fall in your naked lap while you're sitting on the toilet. And it wasn't only the bathroom, because what the fuck are we doing? LBJ had a habit of stripping down during conversation, like clothes were somehow limiting his ability
No, that turned him on, y'all. These presidents be kinky as hell. I'm so sorry. Listen, rest in peace, LBJ. Remember, he done did the civil rights, all that stuff. But they are freaky frogs. They are freaky frogs because ain't no damn way. When did sexual harassment laws come into effect and workplace safety and all that stuff? It must have been after this because maybe he's the one who spearheaded it because maybe they spearheaded it because of his ass. It's very highly inappropriate. I don't care how many good things you've done for the country and good thing you've done for Black Americans and people who can and people who are still benefiting off of systems till now. But there's no way in hell that I'm gonna sit here and watch you and your wee-wee. Why? I think he got turned on, y'all. This was probably his excitement watching people, get all flustered and stuff, watching him go on the toilet. Some people, they have kinks like that. They get turned on. And he didn't have time to probably watch Corn and probably do it with his wife. So, hell, this is the second best thing. This is craziness, y'all.
governed. I don't know. He skinny dipped in front of staff.
Of course he did.
He reportedly exposed himself to aides and reporters constantly. And he once urinated on the leg of a Secret Service agent who actually told him that he was peeing on his leg like a
red flag, like a dog. I told y'all. Wait, I was just about to say that. Is he a dog? No, this was a human. This is okay. So there's two things. It's either a humiliation ritual, or he had a kink. And I'm going to go with the latter. I think he had a kink. It turned him on. This is what turned him on. Virgos, y'all need to come to the front. Come to the front. Come to the front, my Virgos. What is going on here? Virgos. Sex life. Sorry, y'all. Let me see. Okay. This is what AI is telling me. Virgo is a very sensual sign. They like touching their partner slowly to feel every inch of their body in a slow and sensual way. Why Virgos are sexier than Scorpios. Okay, I need to know, are Virgos exhibitionists? Because he's acting like an Aquarius, to be honest with you. We are very, very fluid in the sense of like, we just like freedom, but not that damn free. Hell no, red flag. Oh, exhibitionist, sorry. Exhibition. I feel like he was in Woodstock. I have a feeling President Lyndon B. Did Woodstock exist when he was there? Yeah, sexual deviancy. Virgos, yeah, because Virgos and Scorpios not that far. It's Virgo, Libra, Scorpio. I'm not surprised, y'all. I'm not surprised. Kinky as hell. This is craziness. They said Leo is the most, but I don't know, y'all. I see Aquarius. Yeah, usually we're voyeurs, but we don't like to partake. Virgo is low-key kinky. I'm not surprised. This makes no damn sense. Okay, now, what was I looking at again? Lyndon B. Johnson. Did he go to Woodstock? I have a feeling he did all that stuff. I feel like he's been part of some nude camps or something. Did he go to Woodstock Festival? He did? He did, yo. Hold on. Wait, did he? Hold on. Let me not get too far ahead. I feel like he would have went to there, though. That's what I need to know. Hold up. I need to see. I feel like he was there, y'all. I feel like he was low-key in everything. Because ain't no way you have this kink of yours. Hold up. There's no connection. Oh, no. There better be. I better still be online. Oh, yeah, I am. I think I just put the wrong thing. Lyndon B. Johnson. I don't want to see his ugly ass face. Okay. Lyndon B. Y'all, a flight hit a person? This is craziness, y'all. We don't cover that tomorrow. Lyndon B. Johnson. Woodstock. I feel like he went. There's no way he didn't go. Voting rights speech, private calls, war on poverty. Oh, that was him?
One of Lyndon Johnson's real troubles was he was incapable of...
They used to see that in the bathroom. His hairy...
relaxation. Even when he tried to relax, it became terribly frenetic.
He used to call me on Saturday mornings and say, let's go to the game. I've got some tickets. And we'd sit there during the whole ball game, talk politics. He didn't watch the football game. Literally didn't watch it. He was watching the crowd. He was looking around, waving to this one, waving to that one.
But Johnson had an immense ego. He had on his shirts and on his sleeves,
he's a Virgo.
his initials, LBJ.
Yeah, he's a Virgo, yo. I'm not surprised. The ego comes with it. I mean, they're right after Leos. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop.
His wife's name was Ladybird, at least informally, so her name would be LBJ. His two children, his girls, were both LBJ. His ranch was the LBJ Ranch. His dog was Little Beagle Johnson.
No, he loved himself. Self-love. All right. Listen. All right. I did not expect that. This was not on my bingo card. I thought she was going to talk about something else. I did not know that he had a kink for this. Okay.
LBJ had a habit of stripping down during conversation, like clothes were somehow limiting his ability to govern. I don't know. He skinny dipped in front of staff. He reportedly exposed himself to aides and reporters constantly. And he once urinated on the leg of a Secret Service agent who actually told him that he was peeing on his leg like a dog. And LBJ allegedly responded, "Son, I'm the president of the United States," which is both horrifying and unfortunately very on brand for him. The man weaponized discomfort like that was his whole thing. He got physically close to people, towered over them, because remember, he's tall, invaded personal space, used embarrassment and intensity like political tools. Historians have a phrase for it. They call it the Johnson treatment. And somehow the treatment included this. And honestly, the reason why this matters is not because it's disgusting. It's not because you may find it funny.
That's not funny.
Humor is different. It's because it ruins the fake image of history that people get taught. The polished version, the marble statue type stuff they try to feed us. Because the same man conducting bathroom meetings and terrorizing aides with his nakedness also helped push through some of the most important civil rights legislation in American history. Which means American history wasn't shaped by perfectly composed geniuses giving elegant speeches under perfect lighting, It was shaped by deeply weird, deeply flawed human beings. People with egos, control issues, trauma, rage, obsession, and occasionally no pants. History cleans these men up afterwards. They straighten the tie and add the dramatic music, However, they leave out the part where somebody was trying not to fall in the president's lap while he's sitting naked on the toilet. But every once in a while, somebody on staff writes down exactly what happened. And once you read it, you're going to be staring at the wall just like me. Imagine if he would do that shit now. How many charges would he get? Well, fuck, I don't know. Look who the fuck we got in the White House. Like,
right?
Maybe he does the same shit. I don't know. What the fuck? I learned
something. It says I'm right with you. Oh boy, I feel like we're in an alternate, like I said, I really feel like we're in an alternate universe in a different timeline. Thank you, sis, for your services. Yeah, LBJ was a Virgo man, Lord. And I'm saying that my daddy's a Virgo, but he's not like that though. But yeah, they do have a structured way, like whatever they say goes. And I'm pretty sure, like I said, he had a kink, y'all. He could remember the guy said that he only could talk about politics. He could never relax. So of course, that's his relaxation right there. That's how he gets it on. And then probably right afterwards, he goes to his wife, be like, "Ooh, I got this," and then that's what turns his ass on. Red flag to all of this. I'm gonna read a few comments, y'all. So you wrote jail. Lock him right up. I know them employees was stressed is an understatement, Rose. I know they were. Oh, it's just all types of laws are being broken. I'm sorry. Ain't no job worth it for me to see your peen every day. Like, that's craziness. Some girl, did he think the other places were bugged? No, how? Why? It's too much. Imagine what he did to his lovers in private. That's what I'm thinking too. But maybe it could also be a way for him to protect. In a way, it's really weird though. Maybe it was his way of like, because remember his President Kennedy got packed right up out of there. Everybody around him was packed right up out of there. And then he was the last man standing. And he was the one responsible for the Civil Rights Act. Y'all done seen what happened to Abraham Lincoln when he did the Emancipation Proclamation. They done packed him right up out of there. So then maybe the phones were just like, I feel like his behavior had a lot to do with paranoia, to be quite honest with you. Maybe he knew that people weren't going to want to see him naked, so then he could talk about it. Mocha Island, ooh, I bet he loves the bad fish. I learned about that fan base recently. I don't even know about fish, sis, and I don't want to know about them. I already know it's going to be some mess. You know what? Let's talk about this one tomorrow because I want to give it more time. I only have like half an hour left today, so we're going to take this out for today. We're going to talk about this more tomorrow because there's an update. And shout out to you, L, who told me about the Kevin Roberts situation. Sis really read his thesis because I wasn't going to read all 99 pages of it. I don't have time. But she did. And she came to some really great, like, she had a really great analysis of it. So we will watch this tomorrow. All right. And we'll watch this tomorrow, too. Now, let's move on because we got a lot to cover. We might have to do this tomorrow because I only have half an hour left and we have so many stories left to tell. Hold on, give me a second, y'all. I just have to put some stuff down. We talked about politics, so I gotta put her video down, this video down. Leave this for tomorrow, leave this for tomorrow, leave this for tomorrow, leave this for tomorrow. Gordon Ramsay, you're done. Get out of here. Get out of here, Gordon. We tired of your ass. Oh yeah, we're done with Gordon Ramsay. Okay. So, hair. Oh, should I leave that for tomorrow? I only have half an hour left. Let's talk about the Met Gala, y'all. Met Gala and Evelyn Ha. Damn, we still got Dr. Bryant. We got a lot to cover today. And I only have half an hour. Hold on, let me get rid of some videos here. Okay. We might have to do this one tomorrow. All right, let's get to the Met Gala. I'm not going to talk about it too much, but it has to do with privilege. And it also has to do with what's going on. You see, while we're all, worried about the next virus coming, we have folks out there who have been enjoying their time at the Met Gala. Now, I know that Jennifer Lewis and Taraji P. Henson spoke up about it. And shout out to you all on Discord. I think it was Queen who sent some stuff. I saw Audrey's name. I saw Elle's name. I don't remember if I saw Sophie, but you're probably in there somewhere. And I saw Rhea's name too. So, let's watch the Met Gala and see what happened. I won't spend too much time on it, but just kind of bringing into, I guess, kind of seeing things for what they are, whereas we live in one world and the wealthy folks, they live in another universe. So let's watch this.
Not do anything about the Met Gala. It's because a lot of people DM'd me. People who are going to be working as stylists, as fashion designers, small designers, and museum pros. And I am here doing this and having a day job because I worked in museum 20 years and I truly believe in museums. And they are funded by some of the most rotten people, and they only pay some of them very well. The vast majority of people you will see when you walk into a museum do not earn a living wage. It's because front of house, like guards and ticket people and people in the cafe, are hourly, and they are not able to earn a living wage, and they do it because they love the art. Our systems have put the most creative, the most thoughtful, and the most interested in saving society at the biggest risk. And that is not just in museums. It's in the arts. It's in every sector where we make the world better. And when they said, but we still need that. We still need the attention because the system is broken. Now, if I had exorbitant wealth, which I can't imagine ever wanting, but I wouldn't have attended it. That's the dollars and cents that actually matter to the museum. But in a bigger sense, when we look at what the billionaires are doing, they decided to fund arts and culture is one of the least worst things they do. This is what they're supposed to be doing. This is what society has basically decided is going to fund arts and culture. What we should not be spending on, and you should be spending local, is on Amazon. That once great newspaper that covered Watergate. And this is again where the arts are really important. There's a lot of gray in our society. There are usually bad choices and less bad choices. And if you didn't watch any of these, or you didn't do any Met Gala, I think that's a valid choice. And if you did because you also believe in the arts, that's also a valid choice. We in our society need to hold many things together and understand them complexly. And let me say, if you can do that, you'll be better and smarter than all those tech bros. So
all right. So I like what Sis had to say, and I'm not surprised. Yes, most of the things that we need or that would make that would progress our society, they are wholly underfunded. That's why when you have a degree in the social sciences or humanities, then the first thing they say is, why'd you get a useless degree? Isn't that what they always tell us? But there's nothing useless about trying to learn and make mankind better, but they're gonna make you think that it is, so you could work in one of their big major corporations. Red flag. Now Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, you're gonna be tomorrow. I want to see Jennifer Lewis's video because I heard that she went viral, so let's see what she had to say. And in case you do not know, Jennifer Lewis is like the auntie in a lot of black movies and TV shows, and she keeps it real. She always keeps it 100. She actually wrote an autobiography, or I think she wrote one of her life stories, a biography, sorry. Was it autobiography? I don't remember, but she talked about a lot of struggles that she had. I saw her on The Breakfast Club a few years back, and she has a very interesting life story. So let's see what she had to say and what Taraji had to say about the Met Gala. All right. So let's see here.
They cut nearly 30.
Hold up. I don't like the music in the background. Here we go.
Okay, so I hadn't seen any of it. I had been running around all day. And then my girlfriend called and said, Jennifer, they showed up anyway. I said, but they cut nearly 30,000 jobs and gutted the Washington Post.
Mm-hmm.
They showed up anyway?
Yep.
Posturing and posing, hoping to be the most? They cut $1 billion in funding for children's nutrition.
Wait, somebody playing the piano in the background? Hold on a second, y'all. Hold up. Maybe I need to watch it on TikTok because the music is getting on my nerves. Hold on. Is that how the... Wait, hold on. Let me see the original. Okay, maybe I could watch it here.
Now,
No. Okay, you know what? Let me go on TikTok because I refuse to believe that music was there.
We now know who.
Oh, Patient Zero? Oh, this is breaking news. Okay. Okay, we'll go through that tomorrow. Okay. So, I got to focus, y'all. Jennifer Lewis. Okay. Jennifer Lewis. Met Gala. Let's see what she had to say here, because I don't know, the music is okay. Here we go.
Okay, so
thankful.
I hadn't seen any of it. I had been running around all day, and then my girlfriend called and said, Jennifer, they showed up anyway. I said, but
it is the music.
They cut nearly 30,000 jobs and gutted the Washington Post. They showed up anyway, posturing and posing, hoping to be the most. They cut $1 billion in funding for children's nutrition. And there they all were, vying for the next position. We're at war. and so many people are dying, I said to my girlfriend, tell me you're lying. How much fame do we need, y'all? How much more fame?
And remember, she's in the industry, y'all. She's also in the industry, and she is calling out the celebrities. Now, let's see what Taraji had to say. Notice it's the black women always. They count on us to speak up. Yes, Talking Squawk 2026. It's a movement. Now, let's see what Taraji had to say. She said, I am so confused by some people that are going. I'm just like, what are we doing? What the F are we doing? Exactly. And you know what? Like, I don't blame her. Because again, this is another actress here.
Y'all might get mad, but I really don't give a damn, because I will not let another second go by without recognizing greatness. Jennifer Lewis, Taraji Henson, these black women are using their voice, and that matters, because I don't believe God gives you a platform.
Oh, she was playing the piano in the video. My bad. I didn't know that was Jennifer Lewis playing the piano. I thought it was just because I'm really averse to copyright. Y'all know how many times I get copyrighted by playing people's music. Okay, shout out to Jennifer Lewis for playing the piano.
Just to be silent. I don't believe you get power just to play neutral. You're supposed to stand for something. You're supposed to speak. You're supposed to show up. And to both of y'all, thank you. Taraji, I'm going to be real. I side-eyed you before. I thought you backpedaled. I was wrong. I see the fight in you now. I see the courage. I see the integrity. Keep going. And Miss Jennifer Lewis, you've been leading, teaching, and standing 10 toes down for years. We needed that. Now let's talk about the rest of y'all. All these celebrities showing up, smiling, dressing up, playing nice in rooms full of power, while everyday people are struggling, losing resources, losing support, losing stability. What are y'all doing? How much access do you need? How much fame is enough? Because the same people who made y'all rich are the same people hurting right now, and y'all partying like everything is fine. That's why people are frustrated, because some of y'all got so much money, so much status, so much access, you forgot the mission. And the truth is, legacy ain't built on outfits, events, and proximity. It's built on what you stood for when it mattered. And right now, people are watching, and y'all ain't doing shit.
Let's see what was going on at the Met Gala that was so important. Let's check it out, y'all. Met Gala. Let's see what the theme was. And yes, I know Beyonce was there. Oh, don't worry about it. That's going to be covered in the case study, because I know I could say a lot about that. Yeah, I saw Blue Ivy there, even though she is underage and she was not supposed to be there. Children under 18 years old are not supposed to be there. But then, of course, you know, the rules don't apply for the Carters. Yeah, that's why I titled the case study. What did I title it? Crazy in Crime. You have a minor in there. Minor. And of course you have, you know, and this is the reason why they will keep getting richer and richer, because when you go in the comments of those videos, you're going to see people co-sign it. Oh, let them be da-da-da. Let them da-da-da-da-da. People keep supporting them. You had Mama Tina Knowles selling like $25 gumbo in a small ass container, and you saw the people lined up to get it. Lined up to get sick too, but they lined up nonetheless. The problem with celebrities and fame is it's not because, I would say it's not only them exploiting, but it's also people supporting, and it's regular people, because they want to get to that level. You will always have that psychologically. You have the haves and the have-nots. The have-nots want to get to the haves, so they'll do whatever it takes, and then the haves don't care about the have-nots. Like, it's just a cycle, perpetual cycle. So we can't even expect working class people to stand up, because many of them are under the delusion and they're idolizing these celebrities. They have these parasocial relationships with them. Now, we're going to talk about Beyonce in the case study. I have a lot to say about it. And her dress was not, I'm sorry, I just don't, you see, I don't see it. The dress wasn't, I don't think it was her best, in my opinion. It just looked, I mean, she did her best. Now, we gonna skip Beyonce and Blue Ivy because I'm gonna save them for the case study. But Rihanna and ASAP, this is what I really wanted to cover. They're not the only ones though. Hold on, let's see the outfits in the Met Gala. Or Gala. Met Gala 2026. There go Blue Ivy with her Aaliyah glasses. Don't think I didn't notice. I didn't peep. Notice. I told y'all. He's Mr. Rinse and Repeat. Copy, paste, repeat. She got them shades on like she is the this is the LIYAH. Jumping on the stage. I got a jazz personality. G mentality. Y'all remember when Aaliyah started... Hold up. You know what? We might need to give you a little taste about what's coming up in that case study because this is very interesting. It's very uncanny. Blue Ivy. Here we go. And she's a child, y'all, so I'm not going to do too much on her. It's not her fault. This is how, she was prepped and primed. So I have to be honest and say that, whatever happens to her, and what I mean is like, she's obviously going to be up next. We're going to watch it. No, actually, we'll save that for the case study. But they were preparing her from when she was younger to take over. Because somebody got to take over the family business. This is the family business now. Storm Monroe talked about it. He talked about how, Jay-Z has a lot of debt, allegedly. So somebody got to take over the family business. And, Beyonce is ready to retire. Actually, she's been performing for a long time. I don't know if she wants to be like Tina Turner. Tina Turner performed for a long time. I don't know why she did though. I have no idea. Hold on a second, y'all. I just have to add a new tab here. Beyonce might be like Tina Turner. I don't know, but definitely they need Beyonce is a millennial and she's an older millennial, right? Just like me. Like she's only 5 years older than me, y'all. She's not that much older than me. So it's our time to kind of phase out and for the new generation to get into the entertainment spotlight because, entertainment is very fickle. The new generation, they're not listening to her as much as, the younger, the younger generation's coming up. So her fans are mostly probably millennials and Xers. Maybe you have some boomers sprinkled here and there, but millennials and Xers are, close in age to her, but her fans are definitely not the younger Gen Z. And going on. Of course, you'll have some Gen Z Beyonce fans, but I don't think it's going to carry on. She's getting older, y'all. You got to be honest. And to be clear, I'm going to keep it 100. She's no Michael Jackson. Hello. Michael Jackson can reach generations even now 20-something years later after his death. You got the Gen Zers picking up Michael Jackson because his music is timeless. I personally am not a Beyonce fan. I do not believe her music is timeless. Yes, does she have hit records? Absolutely. There are a lot of her songs that I like. But do I think she's timeless? I'm Michael Jackson. Like I could listen to her. Like I barely have her songs even on my playlist because some of her songs are very in the moment, but not timeless. So I gotta be honest, yeah. I know there's some Beehive members in here. Oh, you can't say that, but I gotta be honest. She's not timeless. I have Lionel Richie. Lionel Richie still no skips to me. I know, random, but I love me some Whitney Houston. No skips at all. Timeless. I can listen to her yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Tevin Campbell, same thing. Very underrated, might I add. Tevin Campbell was. Who else? Mariah Carey. Maybe not as of late, to be honest with you, but her old stuff, timeless. Who else? Did I say Stevie Wonder? Timeless. Marvin Gaye. Timeless. Like I could go on. Bob Marley. Timeless. Like I could go on and on and on and on about timeless music. That means like I could listen to it yesterday, today, and I still will listen to it and act like it's Brandy timeless. Matter of fact, Brandy is extremely timeless. I still listen to Never Say Never like it was released yesterday. Like it was released yesterday. Because her music is timeless. This is a true artist. Not saying Beyonce doesn't put effort. I know she does. And I know she has, like I said, I'm sure she has a lot of great music that her fans believe is timeless. But I'm talking about overall, like, you have multiple generations singing her songs. She's not on that. That's Michael Jackson type of territory. Even Janet's not on that for me. I only know one Janet Jackson song I really play is like 3, maybe 3. That's The Way Love Goes, Control, and what 3 songs are on my album? Again, from the Poetic Justice soundtrack. That's it. I don't listen to nothing else she got. Like, to me, Janet's not timeless. That's my opinion. I don't have a lot of her songs. Madonna even. I know some people love Madonna. I only have a few Madonna songs. But when I'm talking about timeless, I'm talking about start to finish. Like, I could play the album, no skips. Like, that's what I'm talking about. And I could play it any type of generation, and they'll like it, and they'll listen to it. Like, that is, you know, music you can listen to just every day. Aaliyah, when she first came out, y'all remember she had them shades on. Here we go. This is Aaliyah, y'all. Always siphoning. Always siphoning. Whew, Lord. Hold up. Wait, I'm sorry. I got way too many tabs. I don't know where these tabs are. This is the problem when I do tabs. Here we go. So we got the original. And then we got here. Same demeanor. Got the glasses. She didn't want to take them shades off. Aaliyah used to be like that too. She didn't never want to take her shades off. She would go on interviews and just wear her shades. That's what she would. People, you know, she never took her shades off so much. I remember there was a rumor when I was younger that she was cockeyed. They said she had a lazy eye and that's why she didn't want to take her glasses off. But remember, that was around the time that she was with R. Kelly. Here, let's see what she looked like at 15. Here we go. When she first came out with R. Kelly. That's when she had them sunglasses on. Age ain't nothing but a number. That was her persona. She always wore them shades everywhere. Here we go. These were her sunglasses, y'all. That was her. And imagine, she was young, y'all. She was a teenager. They adultified her so bad. And then the same thing with her. What is a teenager doing at a Met Gala? She's not even an adult. She's not even legally an adult. Adultifying her. Let me see the type of sunglasses. Hold on. We got to see if it's similar. And again, it's not her fault. This was by design. This was a plan for her, y'all. And I feel bad for her. My heart goes out to her because she's going to have to be dealing with a lot. And they don't even show what goes on in the Met Gala. Nobody knows what goes on. There's no cameras in that room. So there's that. Now, let's get to A$AP Rocky and Rihanna. Ooh, Lord. And then we gonna do Evelyn Hall real quick, and we wrapping everything else up for tomorrow. Okay, look at this one. Tourist. Oh boy. Let me put this on my save to play list. Man, look at her barking. That's her daddy, y'all. That's her dad. Hold on. Mimi, stop. Is that her dad? No. Mimi, come back. Stop it. Mimi, come. Hold on, y'all. Wait a second. Hold on. There's a lot of chaos here. A lot of chaos. She thought it was her daddy. Okay. What was it now? I'm about to go pick her up. What was I looking for again? She interrupted my train of thought. Mimi, it's okay. It's okay. Sit. Hey. Shh. Sit. Give mommy 20 more minutes, and then I'm going to take you outside when your daddy comes. Oh, Lord, y'all. The reactivity is crazy. What was I looking for again? Sorry, y'all. Just as quickly as I forgot. The meds are running out. They're running out in real time. Met Gala. Oh, yeah. Rihanna and A$AP Rocky. Oh, boy. This was the thing here, y'all. I want to see the video where he was too friendly.
Oh, shoot. Oh, she's tired. Oh, Riri. Oh, she's not happy. Oh, she's not happy. I'm looking at his. They are not happy.
Don't go up, guys. What? Don't go up.
Yeah, Rihanna sis. I could have told you that. No, who would marry an ASAP or have babies with an ASAP? Red flag. He was already a mess, and you decided to pop out 3 kids for him. But then again, it's your decision, so I get it. But listen, at the end of the day, he's not the eligible suitor that I want anyone to be with.
One of my pet peeves is when people...
Let's get through... I'm gonna find the video, y'all. He was talking to somebody. And then they were talking about Tyler, but that's another story for another day. We don't. She basically ignored Tyler. Okay, this is the video, y'all.
Rhea, how you doing tonight? Good?
Yes, how are you?
Why they gotta play the music in the background? Hold on. This is the video, y'all. Why do they gotta do that? I hate this. Okay, here we go. Stop playing this damn music. Red flag. I'm tired of this. Okay, hold on. No, I don't want to see this one. Her takes me a little off. Okay, here we go. Not y'all reading lips. People are too damn nosy. I mean, they couldn't have argued at the house. Y'all gotta keep it cute, Rihanna. Now everybody in your business. Oh boy.
Don't go up.
Okay, I don't need to read lips. I need to see the original argument. Let me see. Okay, ASAP flirting with another girl. Remember, she almost got. Remember that somebody tried to pew their house just a few months ago, and then now, he seems like he's right back to his old tricks. Here we go. I don't want to hear her song in the background, y'all. They gonna copyright strike your girl. Okay, I guess I couldn't get the video. Let me see if I... Oh, here we go. Okay, here we go. This is better. Okay. Oh, when did she have her baby? That was recently. She's probably still dealing with postpartum, y'all. And then look at his ass. Look at him. Red flag. No, this is too much. Like, at a certain point. Like, but you see, it doesn't matter. Like, when a man is... He's not prime. I was very disappointed in Rihanna. But then again, she's a water sign. They don't want to listen. Hell, she dodged Drake this whole time. And rightfully so. He's a damn Scorpio. Red flag. A male at that. But you should have had the same type of behavior with this one. ASAP he's not the pick of the litter. What's his sign? That's what I need to know. Okay, let's watch this first before I see his sign, and then we're gonna finish with Evelyn.
What do you think about that? Good tonight? You had a good time tonight?
Now I know some people gonna be like, oh, your man can't just, you can talk to her. That's not a problem with him talking. The problem is why there's touching, and why is she not included in the conversation? I feel like this, whenever there's some intimate conversation and you're being left out, then that means that it's not a conversation that you should be a part of. They don't want you to be a part of that. It's way too intimate. Now, I don't know if Rihanna got mad and she just didn't want to be included in the conversation, but it's not like they gave any room. Usually a man who loves his woman, what he's going to do is he could sense the tension. He could sense his wife ain't right. So he's going to go and try to include her like, oh, babe, come over here. I want you to meet this girl. Like, she could help us, da-da-da. So she knows what's going on. Be like, oh, okay, that's cool. But nope, he's sitting here touching her. He's all looking very focused like, oh, what's going on here? Oh, boy. Touching her arm. Kissing her. Okay, that's fine. No, you see that little... She has no time. There's no shame at all. She's all touching him like knowing damn well Rihanna mad. You can see it in her face. Red flag. She just didn't give a damn. Oh yeah. Now afterwards they had an awkward. Of course. She mad. This is a problem though. She finds herself in these toxic cycles. I could have told you, sis, and you decided to have 3 kids. ASAP's not a man you should have children with. At all. Oh, he mad. Yeah, he look like he upset. All right, what's his sign? That's all I got from the Met Gala, y'all. Blue Ivy, Rihanna, and A$AP Rocky, and her snubbing Tyler. But hell, I don't care about that. Now, what's A$AP Rocky's sign? He's a Libra. I forgot about that. Yeah. I could have told you already. Rihanna, good luck, sis. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck and Godspeed. You're with a Libra, man. I gave as many warnings as I could. All right. And again, not all Libras, but hell, there's enough of them to make a profile. We're going to talk about Cheyenne Bryant tomorrow. I'm so sorry if you were here for the Cheyenne Bryant story, but it'll be for tomorrow because I want to dedicate time for that. Evelyn Ha, we're going to go through her situation real quick. And then we wrapping this up. I'm going to read a few comments. And I got to get up out of here. I got to get to the party. Dilly Ellie, how are you, sis? Let me see here. You said the music was very dramatic for Jennifer. It was. That's why I had to skip. I was like, I thought somebody put the song, the music in the back. I was like, oh, hell no. But it's her. Uh-oh. Well, I got to wash my hair, y'all. So I'm getting my retwist this week. Casewell, you said I read that and saw Unc like what the Oh my god, why are they calling this out just now? They've done everything else without thinking about it first, so what's the big deal? Or what's the deal? Did Jeff do something to mess with their money? You ain't lying. He been doing a whole lot. He been doing a whole lot for a long time. He's been that way. And not only that, but I think it's the first time he's the chair of the Met Gala. But the Met Gala's been like that. Like I remember, didn't that girl Haley Bailey, not Halle Bailey, the white girl Haley Bailey. I gotta make sure because Halle Bailey is a black mermaid. Haley Bailey. Remember last year where she said let them eat cake? Wasn't that at the Met Gala? There was a whole tizzy about that too. But yeah, I agree with you on that one. Some girl, you said, and they keep saying Rihanna doesn't like Tyler. The entire situation is weird. Rihanna's not really friendly, y'all. She's never been friendly. If you were on Twitter back when Rihanna was very untrained, like she was not PR trained, she used to drag everybody. I think her and Ciara had a back and forth. She had back and forth with a lot of people. Rihanna just don't give a damn. She never gave a damn. You know what? Let me put Rihanna on my case study because her and A$AP Rocky, oh Lord, I didn't even add her because I was like, she just had her kids, let her rest. But oh Lord, whenever there's a situation like this, I'm like, oh, we can't let her rest too long. Sis, you gotta know. Because now she had kids with him, so now he feels very comfortable. He was probably on his best behavior, I'm not gonna lie. And then now he's acting up. Rose, you said her baby is fresh, brand new. Yeah, it's always like that. They act up whenever you have a kid, the men like him. But he's already been known to be a colorist, and he's also misogynist. So I don't know how she ended. Well, I do know she's a water sign, y'all. You like to see the best in the dusties and the bumps. But unfortunately, he's a millionaire bum. Remember, I'll never forget when they told him, when I think a reporter had asked him, what does he think about Ferguson? Because remember, Mike Brown had been unalived. And he said, I live in Calabasas or something like that. Or I live in, what did he say? No, we're going to see what he said. He's very ignorant, y'all. This is an ignorant ass little man. Very extremely ignorant colorist. But that's what happens when, you end up with a colorist man. She doesn't have the best track record with men. Also, like Rihanna is, she needs a lot of help. What did he say? A$AP Rocky. I'll never forget when he said that. And I was like, oh, okay, I already know what type of man he is. What did he say about Ferguson? And then he said something about dark-skinned women can't wear red lipstick. If anything, dark-skinned women look amazing with red lipstick. They're the ones who should be wearing red lipstick. But again, his colorless ways couldn't let him see. He's blinded. Here, in 2020 he addresses, and she had the interview with him. Didn't he have an interview with Rihanna? She interviewed him. Here, A$AP Rocky has revisited the furry that was caused by controversial comments he made in 2015 about the Ferguson, Missouri protests and the emergence of the BLM movement. So here, he said I'm not about to say. So when somebody had asked him, I remember, hold up. Yeah, he said, I'm not about to say that I was down there throwing rocks at these mother effers getting pepper sprayed. I'd be lying. Is it because I'm black? What the F? Am I Al Sharpton now? Rocky said in the Timeout interview. Then his ignorant ass went on to say, I'm ASAP Rocky. I did not sign up to be no political activist, he continued, before adding. So he added more. You should have just shut up at this point. But no, he had to keep going. I live in effing Soho in Beverly Hills. I can't relate. I go back to Harlem. It's not the same. It's a sad story. I gotta tell you the truth. That's what he said, y'all. And then he said something else too. Hold on. Oh, that means I gotta hurry up, y'all. ASAP Rocky, red lipstick. He said in 2013, he said that the rapper apologizes but says black women are very sensitive. Hold up. You know what? We might have to park it right here, y'all, because I got to get going. Dom's here now. ASAP Rocky has been receiving backlash since stating that the only fair-skinned girls could rock red lipstick during his interview with the Covertor. And the rapper finally responded to the criticisms on Tuesday during an interview with DC radio station 93.9 WKYS-FM. In the editorial, A$AP Rocky had originally stated that red lipstick thing, I'm just being real. I'm just being for real. You have to be fair-skinned to get away with that. Needless to say, the darker-skinned ladies were offended. And he said, I'm sorry if it hurt any dark-skinned girls' feelings, he said. Black girls just, went crazy, he continued. They just took it how they took it. This is actually my second time talking about it because I really don't look at it as an issue. If people get upset at that, I think it's petty at the same time. It's like they damn near want to Rick Ross boycott me now over some lipstick controversy. Black girls, you know how sensitive they are. But they are our sisters, man. It is what it is, man. I come from a black home, so I know how sensitive black women can be, especially when you talk about their looks or something like that. You can't say nothing about their glasses. What's wrong with glasses? What's wrong with glasses? Red flag to all of this. Their nails or they nails. None of that, because when you're a womanizer or you're race... Okay, sorry. None of that, my bad, y'all. Because then you're a womanizer or you're racist. I don't really know how I'm going to be racist. I have to wake up and look at my black ass in the mirror every day. It's like, what are you talking about? But it is what it is, man. I'm proud to be black. Okay. All right. Proud to be black. We already know what type it is with him. He's part of the all-white party, y'all. And ain't nothing like, this is my thing. My problem is not that, like, if he wants to have a preference, that's his business. It's none of my concern. My problem is, why did you have to bring black women into it? Red flag. He's a whole red flag, y'all. Rihanna, A$AP Rocky. Met Gala. Y'all heard what he said about black women. And unfortunately, Rihanna thought she was an exception to the rule. You're still black, ma'am. Even with those hazel green eyes of yours. Beyonce, same type of party. You're still black. But actually, to be honest with you, Jay-Z has not... he did show colorism. I lied. In his song, Girls, Girls, Girls. He did. Okay, I can't even put... Gotta be honest. He has shown colorism as well. So now, this is what happens when you date a known colorist. Here we go. He's never cleared about black issues. Now you done had babies with him, and then look at him. Look at him right here. This is what he does. This is MO. Didn't even care about his wife. And the thing is, it could have been an innocent interaction. That's not my problem. My thing is, he was not considering his wife's feelings. Red flag. I mean, his girlfriend's feelings. Didn't even make her a wife, Lord. Red flag. She should be your priority in this conversation. You see she's uneasy, you go and check on her. She just had your baby, and she's probably going through postpartum discombobulated everything. And you sitting up here kissing and probably was doing that the whole damn night, making her uncomfortable. This is the type of man, but then again, he doesn't even care about his blackness. If he doesn't even care about who he is as a person, where he comes from, how can he care about you? You see, even Mimi agrees. Now, We gonna wrap her right up because I want to watch. Hold on, really quickly. I want to watch an interview with her and ASAP Rocky because we won't have enough time to go through Evelyn's story today. I'm so sorry if you guys were waiting for that. That'll be for tomorrow. I will be here bright and early tomorrow to finish this off. So my apologies if I didn't cover the Evelyn story. Now, what was it again? ASAP Rocky Rihanna interview. Yeah, that was before she had the babies, y'all. That's when they was getting back and dating. Not this one. There was one where she was wearing the blue, there was a blue thing she had on. I forgot what it was. Wait, Rihanna interviews ASAP Rocky. Yeah, now that she had 3 kids by him, it's never enough, y'all. When was this? That's 5 years ago. No, not that one. I want to see the one where she interviewed him. I don't remember what it was. Okay. But anyways, let's watch this one real quick. I'll give y'all that one. Unfortunately, I can't finish the other ones. He explains why he chose Rihanna. Okay. Let's watch the first one. Hold on a second, y'all. Let's watch the first one. Oh, excuse me. Hold on. Where's my... Mimi! Sorry, y'all. Okay, let's watch this one.
You're either shallow or you're just trying to copy my answer.
Stop making me laugh.
Should I mute him?
Yo, what's up, Vogue? It's ASAP Rocky here. And I'm going face to face with Rihanna today. Ring, 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 ring. What's up, Riri?
What's up, Rocky?
How you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I got a couple questions for you from Vogue. What's the first thing you notice in somebody when you see them for the first time? Like, what's the first thing you look for?
The first thing you see is someone's face, unless you're looking at their shoes. I usually tend to look at their skin, their teeth, their smile. And then after that, it's more about like whatever energy they're giving off. That's really, really important because all of that prettiness could go to shit if your demeanor is like whack.
Most fellas, not myself, but most fellas look at the ass, you feel me? But, you know, skin is definitely one of them.
The good news is, you know, ass has skin. So thank you.
Most fellas look at the ass. That's all you focus on, Mr. Rocky.
Noticing our skin.
How would you describe your skin type?
My skin type is just as complicated as men are. You know, yeah, you wasn't ready for that because y'all always try to say women are complicated. It's y'all. I have gone through many skincare changes within my journey. Started from acne for sure, all the way to sensitivity and melasma and being a black woman with not knowing I need to use SPF. I've learned a lot. So, what is your skin type?
Handsome. What's your favorite curse word?
It means so much in 4 letters.
Give me like, you know, I just like drop my glass of juice or
Yeah, it can mean that. Shit could also mean that.
True, but I like better.
Yes.
What's your favorite item that you purchased for less than $20?
My last favorite purchase under $20 was definitely a diffuser for my...
Hold on, they're just talking about makeup. Who's your number? Okay, they're just talking about beauty, y'all. What's the hardest part of what? I got time. I ain't got time for this. What's the hardest part of what? About, skincare. Okay, no, I should have watched a GQ one. I wasted time. Okay, this one's probably better.
What is your skin type?
Handsome. Oh my God.
Hey GQ, it's Rihanna, and I'm going face to face.
Wait, is this the same interview? Oh, Vogue and GQ, y'all played. Okay, on why he love. Okay, why does he love Rihanna? Okay, this is the last one, y'all.
We're so happy, and you know what else we're happy of?
What's that?
You and Riri going through the hood.
Yeah, we got to.
It's a real nigga, because I would have stayed in Beverly Hills. I would have stayed in Manhattan.
Yo, she
you be going to Harlem.
She thorough, bro.
Yes.
Yeah, she a rider. That's what that means. When the man says she thorough, she's solid, that means she's a rider. Water sign, my goodness. Rihanna, sis. I expected more from you, at least from the Pisces. That's Scorpio territory. You usually on the water sign rider list, Scorpio's number 1. Cancer's number 1. I lied. Scorpio's number 2, and then Pisces number 3. But hell, sis.
That's my lady. She thorough.
We making noise for Riri. I'm taking a shot for Riri.
Now let's clap.
We're so happy, and you know what else we're happy of? What's that? You and Riri.
Oh, that was it. She's just thorough. That's why he fell in love with her. She's a rider, y'all. Okay, you know what? We're going to continue this tomorrow. Part 2 coming up tomorrow, y'all. I'm going to read a few comments and we out of here, y'all. We're out of here. I think I might play the Drink Champs. I'm going to dive more into Rihanna and ASAP because I left them alone, you know, after the pew-pew. And I was like, well, damn. Somebody tried to take them out. That's messed up. But now, he done showed his whole behind again. I forgot about his racist past until I saw his ugly ass face. I mean, he's not ugly, but his rat-looking ass face. Well, no, let me not talk about rats right now. It's a very sensitive time. His crusty ass face. And, you know, I try to look for little words. His crusty ass face at the Met Gala. And the reason I'm going so hard on him is because she just had a baby, y'all. She just had the daughter. She always wanted it. And this man is acting a fool. But then again, disappointment. I'm gonna read a few more comments. Tomorrow we'll finish with I will do Evelyn Ha. She'll probably be at the top because I was supposed to go over her story today. And then we're gonna continue on with the conversation about privilege and Dr. Cheyenne Roberts. Cheyenne, whatever her damn name is, who's not really a doctor, the fraudster. And then we will do A$AP Rocky and Rihanna. I need to dive more into them, y'all. I left them alone for too long. And we might do the Tyler thing too. Let me read a few comments and then we're out of here. Star Sky, how are you, sis? You said did the woman he talking to acknowledge Rihanna? Because if not, that's disrespectful. Yeah, I don't know. I need to see the full video. But I'm assuming she didn't. And I'm assuming that they made the like, because the thing is when your partner is you know, if you see somebody, of course you see people all the time. Usually what people do when they want to make their partner comfortable is they invite them into the conversation. But she's just standing there in front of the security guards, and then everybody, and then she, you know, this is very visual. These people are celebrities. They know that everything is being recorded. And then this man, and she can't really pipe up because she knows that anything she says, it will be filmed. So she's basically stewing in real time. I know in her mind, she's like, I know this N-word didn't. I know damn well he's not sitting over here chatting with. How long has it been, right? But it's very disrespectful either way. I feel like even if it was a friendly conversation, and it explodes it even more. Because had it been a friendly conversation and she was included, then this would not go viral. They'd be like, oh, sis tried to play, but, you know, A$AP shut it down. But nope, he was entertaining her, like, smiling and profiling. Some girl, you said, why would you get with a flirty man who sings about getting with women all the time? Not only that, sis, on top of that, I think that, you know, she is not saying that he's not attracted to her. Obviously he is, but I do believe that he wants to get with a white woman. I think that's his real preference. Let me see his ex-girlfriends, y'all. We gonna do that real quick and then we're wrapping it right up. A$AP Rocky's exes. Let's see who his exes are, y'all. Let's see his dating history real quick, and we gonna continue on tomorrow. Who did he date before Rihanna? I'm sorry, y'all. I keep touching my nose because it's itchy, but that's, let me put this here. Let's see his exes, y'all. They only got pictures of Rihanna. Look, Kendall Jenner. Tahiri Jose. He got a type, yo. Rita Ora. Chanel Iman. He likes them light bright, yo. Iggy Azalea. Iggy? I didn't know she was on the list. But then, hell, she was with Playboy Cardi. So, those are the girls he's been with, y'all. So, he, you know, he has a type. And, you know, this is the thing, though. I personally think that he does prefer white women. I think that's his real type. But, you know, Rihanna is good enough. And that's the problem. It shouldn't be like that. You should be with people because of their personalities, not what they look like. But with colorist men, you already know. Most of the time, they want... Because he knows that if he gets with a white girl, then, you know, people are going to be like, oh, that's what he always wanted, da-da-da. So Rihanna's more acceptable, palatable black woman to him, to a colorist. That's always how they operate. That's usually how they operate. They want to, you know... Unfortunately, though, Rihanna, you know, she has a horrible track record in choosing men. And that's with most, especially with the situation she grew up in. You know, her father was an alcoholic and, you know, she had a lot of issues. And then not only that, but she has Arrested Development too. She was signed to Jay-Z when she was a teenager. Arrested Development. Both of them. I could see their fight was very elementary. Even, hold on, we're going to do it real quick. Let me just show y'all real quick. I didn't want to talk about it too much, but hell, since I'm here right now, I'm just talk about it in the next 5 minutes and I gotta go. Here. What was the name again? Rihanna, A$AP Rocky. Here we go. Look at this, y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you. No, not this one. We're gonna watch these tomorrow. A$AP Rocky argument. Oh, I forgot to put Met Gala. My bad, y'all. Rihanna, A$AP, Met Gala. In the car. This is very, like, look at this. Look at how they're arguing. This is extremely elementary. Like, to me, it's like the argument seems very childish. But there are other issues going on. And even the way that they're looking in the car, like, you know that you're in public. That's number one. Number two, this could have been handled at home. But again, you know, when you're dealing with a man and you could tell he's upset, look at him, he's stressed, and then she's stressed. This is not a good argument. You could tell there's no communication going on. There's no good, but you're dealing with a man like him. He's probably trying to figure out, what did I do wrong? What's wrong? Everything I do, it's like walking on eggshells with you. No, but you don't understand my perspective. I just had your baby. And you sitting here talking to that raggedy girl. I told you when we got up in here, don't embarrass me in front of them people. Oh, man, but man, please. Look at him. Look at him with his jacket. Look at him. He's not even trying to be close to her. He's not even trying to go walk up to her and be like, look, I'm so sorry. Oh, she wanted, water signs. They love that whole, he could have gone up there, put his arm on. Nope. He's the prize. Red flag. Okay, we're going to continue dissecting this tomorrow, yo. Continuing. Arzuma. Ooh, I hope I said your name right, sis. Ormazude. When's the next drunken crime coming? Sis, I said it at the beginning of the stream. If you're still here, it's coming. I'm going to edit it today because I'm finishing earlier today. So I'm going to work on it. It's going to be a good one, y'all. Y'all going to like it. That it's worth the wait. I will say that. I found out some more things. CFT, how are you, sis? I'm about to log off, but I'm happy that you stopped by. You said, hi, Romy. Hope you're well. The thing about Michael Jackson is that he was spitting facts in his lyrics. For example, Earth Song and Man in the Mirror and other etc. Exactly. They don't care about us. Add that to it. I need to listen to his album. When he called, remember when he called Tony Mottola the devil? Who, Lord, he said a whole lot. Oh, we're going to talk about that tomorrow. Okay, remind me to talk about Michael Jackson. I have a lot to say about him. Tomorrow, my favorite Virgo brother. Vaith Muse, you said, did you see that Cardi B and Stefan Diggs are back together? Girl, we already knew. She wanted that court case to be done so she could be booed up with him again. Because she wanted to make sure that, oh, I didn't even talk about, oh my God, there's just so much going on. That lady, the chef, if y'all want me to cover her tomorrow, just say the word. I will cover her tomorrow. I just didn't have the time. My brain cells can only take so much bird brain. Like, I can't. Bird activities, I can't. I'm not a zoologist. My problem is it was just too much bird activity going on with sis. Like, I just couldn't handle it. It was just way too much. Mocha Island, you said watch a video DMB by A$AP Rocky. It's a song you can look at the future. Okay. Bet. Let me put that on my list here. DMB. We'll watch it tomorrow. I'm gonna come back early tomorrow so I could do a longer stream. Rihanna seems very male-centered. Yeah. But I'm not surprised. One, she's from the Caribbean. Oh, Caribbean? Wait, where's she from? Yeah, she is. She's from the Caribbean. Number two, she's lighter skinned. Not saying that all light skinned women, but remember, she's prized in her area, right? So, if you grow up lighter skinned in the Caribbean, you definitely have a position in society. And not only that, but she got into the industry at a young age. And that's probably what was taught to her is like, man this, man that. So she's a Caribbean girl. Like, that's just as what it is. I'm pretty sure she cooks and cleans at home and does all that stuff. She does the wifey things, y'all. Tyler is also annoying. Rihanna is also a big bird. Yes, sis. Yes, Tyler is very... she's insufferable, y'all. I just haven't done her because I don't care about her too much. But I'll never forget. Her responses are very weird to me. She's very passive-aggressive. What is Tyler's sign? We'll find out tomorrow. Yeah, Romy's about to leave, y'all. All right. You said sorry? No, don't say sorry. Don't say sorry. Don't say sorry about asking about the case study. I was just making a joke. Don't say sorry. I don't mind when you guys ask because I know is even for me, I'm like, damn, I gotta put out part 7. They're gonna be on my neck. I'll put it out tomorrow. Or part 8. I don't remember which part. You should cover them. It's a mess. Oh yeah, I'm covering Rihanna and ASAP. We'll do the thing tomorrow. I'm putting them on my damn case study and y'all do another poll. But anyways, I gotta get going. We gotta go to this little festival party of Mimi's. And I will catch y'all tomorrow morning bright and early. All right. Have a good rest of your Saturday, y'all, and good evening. See you tomorrow.